Wagwan, everyone. I hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video up on Tereak Talks, another stream, another watch along, another day, another dollar, as some people may say. But I hope you're all keeping well. I hope you're all having a fantastic start to the week. As you know, Monday isn't easy for a lot of people in the working world, whether you got school or university, college, you name it. Mondays aren't the easiest, and especially at this time of the year where it's very cold if you're in the UK, very cold when you wake up. You got to de-ice your car, got to get out in the cold, walk in the cold, you name it, people. It's not the best, and it's dark as well. Sometimes people are going to work in the dark or even coming from school because, it's one of them ones. And then, having a little bit of a moan, as you can tell, I'm still feeling it after the Arsenal defeat, just ever so slightly. Like the cap's a little bit dirty. The hoodie's not straight. Oh, I'm just having a Monday moan now. But how are you all, people? Hope you're all keeping well. Glad to see we got Casey up in the building. Guess who's back? Back again. Casey's back. Tell a friend. And we got Jay as well. Yes, big bro. Oh, no. Yes, bro. Let me read it correctly. Yes, bro. Big up. Hopefully a cup upset tonight. Yeah, well, you know what? I'd be mad if Man United win, because that really would upset the the cut, wouldn't it? Only joking there, Casey. Just trying to get you to bite as he goes to Tereak the freak. I'm truth. I'm the truth telling lies. I'm the reason alibis. Come inside and open your eyes. Sad but true. Where'd you get these bars from, Casey? Because I know you've been doing all these rhyming stuff, all these rhymes and all of that in the chat previously. But do you know what? Whilst I do it right now, I may as well get the teams up for you. I know Casey, Might, and I. As for once, Flash Score doesn't have the team set out already, so I'm gonna have to go and picture this one. So we have in goal David De Gea, Diogo Dalot at right back, with the centre back partnership of Victor Lindelof and Rafael Varane. So it'll be interesting there. So no Harry Maguire once again. And at left back, you do have Luke Shaw. So Luke Shaw keeps his place in at left back. And then in the midfield, it looks like Manchester United will be playing with Scott McTominay and Fred. So McFred is back, whether by popular demand, shall I say, McFred being there. And then we've also got Mason Greenwood out on that right, Rashford out on that left, and in behind the striker, we have Bruno Fernandes, who is the captain for tonight's game. And then up front, we have Cavani. So it looks like to be a 4-2-3-1 going back for United. No more 4-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2. That Ralph Rangnick has been playing and suffered a lot of criticism under with his choices, with his picks for tonight. But let's talk about the visitors, Aston Villa, who do have Emiliano Emi Martinez in goal, who's a winner of the FA Cup. Let's not forget, he won it with the mighty Arsenal, 14-time winners, but he's won it himself. Big up Emi Martinez. He's in goal for Villa tonight. And then they have at right back the Polish international Matty Cash, with Matt Target out on the left back position, whose position is under threat given the recent links with Luca Dean from Everton, who's come out and he said that he wants to leave Everton. So Villa's name are in the hat. They've offered the likes of Ahmed El Ghazi in for that game. And not that game, sorry. I'm having a look at Comoros versus Gabon. I've got that game on. I'm really falling in love with the African Cup of Nations, and so yeah, I've been watching them all. Have I missed the game? Yes, I missed the Guinea versus Malawi because I was watching Morocco versus Ghana. But anyways, let me come back to the game. So Emiliano Emi Martinez in goal, Matty Cash at right back, Matt Target, whose place could be in doubt, at left back. We have the centre back partnership of Ezri Konsa and Tyrone Mings, the skipper, the man himself. And then defensive midfield, we have Douglas Luiz. And then we have next to him probably a bit more of an 8 rather than a 6, but he's wearing the number 7. So that just makes it all confusing for you guys and myself. John McGinn, the Scottish international. I've been rating him. And guys, you may know that I did pick him in my fantasy draft and then left him out because I forgot about him. Martin was on to me. Big up Martin, the Villa fan. And he was on to me and he got me corrected there. I stand corrected. So I do rate John McGinn. I think he's a quality player and he'll be a problem for Manchester United's midfield. I can tell you that for sure. And then next to it, well, is it a 4-3-3? I think we've typically seen a 4-3-3 under Gerrard. So I think it will be that. So we'll see Douglas Luiz at the base in the 6. John McGinn out to the left, and Jacob Ramsey, who is number 41, out on that right. Whoever, we'll see. I'll talk you through the game if you're not watching it. So yeah, John McGinn, big player there in that midfield. And then we have the front three of Emi Buendia, Ollie Watkins on the wings for Danny Ings up top. So this will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how Man United and Villa line up, because it's a change of formation from the previous fixtures that Ralph Rangnick has been playing with Man United in his short spell there so far. And yeah, is it going to be a 4-3-3? But you've heard me speak about this before if you're a regular on the channel. I think formations are a bit overrated nowadays. Well, not overrated. They're a bit overhyped because it tends to be fluid a lot in possession and out of possession. So we'll have to wait and see there. But let me go into the chat. Let me go into the comments. Yeah, let me go into the comments. And Jay saying, Arsenal hat off because you lost yesterday, T. Hey, it is. And it wouldn't be suitable for me wearing an Arsenal hat for a Man United Villa game. But yeah, I see where you're coming from. He'll be back on Thursday. Don't worry. We've got a semi-final fixture up against Liverpool on Thursday at Anfield. I'm not feeling too confident about that, but Metallica, don't ever blasphemous against United. No harm. Harry out. Harry who? Tereak. What is the coach? What is that the coach doesn't see in Donny van der Beek? You'll have to tell me that, Casey. We'll discuss that in a bit when we look to the bench. And look at that. Know-how in their place. Know-how. Hope you're keeping well. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining. What's your predictions, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the chat below, how you think this game is going to go. John McGinn is in form. You are correct. He is in form. He's had it seems like a resurgence under Steven Gerrard. I watched the game against Aston Villa versus Leicester. I thought he was outstanding in that one. I really do like watching John McGinn. I would take him most definitely in the Arsenal midfield. I'm sure you would take him for the Manchester United one. And there isn't many teams that wouldn't take the likes of John McGinn. I could easily see him going to like Liverpool, Man City could be a decent little player there, the way he plays. I think he's more influential to Aston Villa than the likes of Jack Grealish was. So that's a bit of a hot take. I'm going to have a sip of water because, you know, it's so hot, it's burning my mouth. Horrific joke once again. But anyways, so yeah, let's have a look to the bench because you did mention about Donny van der Beek, and let's have a look at this Man United bench right here. So you've got Amad Diallo in there, who has been linked with a move to Birmingham City. So that looks like it could be happening. So it'll be interesting to see if Diallo comes on. You've got Anthony Elanga, Tom Heaton's the backup goalkeeper on the bench, Jesse Lingard, who's been linked with moves away, as well as Juan Mata, Nemanja Matic, Alex Telles, Donny van der Beek, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So, and then for Villa, we've got Cameron Archer, Carney Chukwuemeka, who is a decent baller, by the way, Ahmed El Ghazi, Courtney House. I've never heard of this. Irog Bunham. Okay, it'll be interesting. And we've got Philogene Bidates, or Bidache, is it Bidace? I think it is Bidace, Philogene Bidace, Morgan Sanson, Sin Cialo, and Jed Steer. So some youngsters on the bench for Aston Villa. Al Ghazi, who has been offered to Everton in a swap deal for Luca Dean, which got rejected because Everton want straight cash. We'll have to see the developments there and wonder if they can work out a compromise with cash plus a Ghazi. We'll have a look there. But then apart from that, and Chukwuemeka's played a few minutes and made a few appearances, Morgan Sanson, who's been in and out because of injury and form in particular. But other than that, there's a lot, and part for the backup goalkeepers, young players there for Villa, so a very young bench. So they're going to be relying on their first team, their starting 11, to really step up in this game. But as we're talking about this man right here, Donny van der Beek, let's just have a look. He's not looking happy. Well, he looks happy in that photo. Age 24, Donny van der Beek. He will be 25 in April. That is April. Yes, it is. 18th of April. Well, she shares a birthday with one of my friends. So another game, another bench for Donny van der Beek. I just don't feel like he's going to be... I feel like he's going to be leaving at some point in this window. I wouldn't be surprised to see him leave towards the end of the window. It doesn't seem like Ralph Rangnick trusts him, not even to play in the FA Cup games where there was... You know, there's always room for a rotation. It seems like Ralph Rangnick is going to be taking this one seriously. So, yeah, it doesn't look great for Donny van der Beek, but I feel like he's spoken about a lot. and it's trouble. But Casey's gone with an extra time 1-1 draw. Interesting there. Casey, bring this big cranium back on the screen, back on full screen for you all. And I've just seen Jay's comment. Jay, please, what is this? Jay, you are a mod, aren't you? You are a mod. You might be losing this mod status with your antics at the moment, young lad. But he's all right. He's not a bad. He's a good championship player. If we're going to be honest and serious, he's a good championship player, and he has done pretty decent in the championship for Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa. He used to play for the team that we're watching tonight, Aston Villa. I think he was was he a part of that team promoting team? No, I wasn't. He was there under Steve Bruce, if I'm correct, and then he went out on loan to Nottingham Forest and then signed him permanently there. Did I see Arsenal playing their all-white Spurs immigration kit last week? You did see it last night. It was against Knife Crime in London. And I think we turned up playing like Spurs. In all honesty, know-how. That's probably why we were so poor against Nottingham Forest. Have to get a little bit of a Spurs dig there. 100 mil for Jack Grealish is a farce. Imitation, not immigration. I get you. And know-how's also saying, can't believe Benitez doesn't rate Digne. He's been the most consistent left back in the league. Something must have happened behind closed doors. I think you're right. I think that must have happened behind closed doors that we probably won't be privy to until he leaves or until he retires or something like that. It'll be interesting because he's one of the best, one of the most underrated left backs in the league. He's a French international, very good at set pieces. He's got a crossing ability for the likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's up there. He was good last season. Defensively, 1v1 strong. The keeper's doing an absolute madness there for Gabon. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, so Luca Dean is a quality player. And it's a shame, really. I think he'll probably leave for around about 15 million tops. Everton have been asking for 30 million. That's going to be the price is going to be waning as we get further into the transfer window. So I wouldn't get too carried away with that. But he's quality and one of the best. I'd say on his day, one of the best top 5 left backs in the league. We can say that. Would you agree with me, Noah? How would you guys in the chat agree with me about Luca Dean? And hey, no Coutinho in the squad for Aston Villa. I think it's mainly to do with, isolation period and those things there. So, but hey, Coutinho and Luca Dean signing for Villa with Yves Bissouma, who's also been linked. Interesting times if you're a Villa fan. I think we were saying this at the start of the season when Aston Villa did sign the likes of Emi Buendia, Danny Ings, Leon Bailey. And they haven't really kicked on from there, but that was probably at the helm of Dean Smith, who got sacked, and now Steven Gerrard has got this upturning form. I feel if you're a Villa fan, you'll be fancying your chances against Manchester United, this current Manchester United side. And with the likes of Coutinho and Luca Dean coming into the side, maybe you can have a late push for Europe. Maybe. We'll have to look there. It's going to be a bit difficult because even Arsenal, when we last season, we had a very good 2021. We wasn't even good enough to get to European football. So I'll be nice little nutmeg from the Gabonese player there. But we would both take Donny T? Yes, we would. I would take Donny van der Beek, especially when you looked at Arsenal's midfield yesterday, Jay. Most definitely, I would take Donny van der Beek. And you would as well. I don't think you'd walk into your first team right now with your midfield at the moment because you've got the likes of Conor Gallagher. Who else? Actually, apart from Conor Gallagher, who played? Not MacArthur when he comes back. I think you would take Donny. Actually, yeah, I think he might start for you guys as well. But that's just the quality of Donny van der Beek. Young lad, young adult, my bro. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Jay. Sorry, you've just got me mad. You've got me mad. All right. Talking about Arsenal. If Grabban was from South America, he'd be called Grab a Goal. Ain't that the truth? Grab a Goal, like Gabby Goal, like Gabriel Barbosa. Good FM player he was. He could be moving to West Ham United, maybe. I really rate Digne. I agree with you there. I rate him top 5 left back in the league on his day. Coutinho is not even in the squad know-how, which is unfortunate for Villa fans and and neutrals watching the game. He's not even in the squad. And Sato, my boy. See, I'm calling all you youngins today. I'm here, yo. Be careful. But big up yourself, Sato. We got knocked out. Why are we streaming United? Are we hoping they lose too? Sato, yes, we are. Yes, we are. We could see that because I've been receiving, and I'm sure you probably have as well, a lot of banter from United fans of late. Nohal's a reasonable, as a good Manchester United fan. He doesn't do that to me, but maybe he might do if United were of old and Arsenal were still playing like they are. So yeah, we are hoping they lose too, and I thought you may as well just watch some football. I've got the Comoros versus Gabon game at the moment. I really am falling in love with this year's African Cup of Nations. The only African Cup of Nations that I can really remember watching was the 2012 one when Zambia won. I didn't watch the 2019 one where Algeria won that one with the likes of Sofiane Feghouli, Riyad Mahrez, and etc. But I remember watching it on Eurosport back in the day. So yeah, this may sound weird, but I'd love Donny van der Beek at United. I know, yeah, it'd be a great signing for Hal. But I wonder if United were giving game time. I think we both know we can't compare Mitchell and Tavares. If so, discussion over, lol. It's one of them ones, man. You know what? I'm not going to be too reactionary, Jay. I'm not going to be too reactionary because if we was to say this at the start of the season, if we was to say this a few months ago, then there would be a conversation, but we can't. I know you're trying to wind me up. I know that, but yeah, he didn't have a great game and he got subbed off. Young players, they all have horrific games, horror shows, nightmares. I know Tereak Mitchell's not really yet to have one. Yeah, actually, he did. Did he play at left back in that 7-0 defeat to Liverpool, or was it Patrick Van Aanholt? But yeah, I do like Tereak Mitchell. I think he's better defensively than Tavares, but I think Tavares is better going forward. He's more of a modern day-ish fullback. I don't think, not to say that Mitchell's not good going forward, because I think he is, but I think his strong side is defensively. He looks very good, but he's also decent at whipping a good ball in. But yeah, Tavares is very two-footed. He's like an old-fashioned winger, and guess what? He was a winger initially, which doesn't mean that you're going to be technically great, because look at Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Saito, United can be trusted to put a smile on goodness faces. Even United fans bantering themselves, they dead with fish. I will check in with you, not watching. That's all right, Saito. I will keep you up to date, and I'll keep you all up to date during the game. T, do you know anything about business? I'm going to message you on a snap later. Yeah, definitely, man. I do know about business. What is that you're studying? Are you studying business? Oh, yeah. Are you looking to study business, Jay? Ben White was world class yesterday, man of the match. Ben White wasn't great, but I don't think he was far from the worst player on the pitch. I thought Leno was decent. But then when we're looking at Arsenal, we could look at the likes of Holding was shocking. I think both fullbacks in Cedric Suarez and Nuno Tavares were poor, absolutely poor yesterday. But yeah, it's just disappointing to be out of the competition that we have won the most. But here we go. At least it gives opportunities for others. Teams like Leicester, who won it last season, they've got Nottingham Forest in the next game. I would have fancied our chances against Leicester, but not with the team that we played yesterday. Of course, I wouldn't fancy us against any side. And it's not because of a lack of quality. It's more to do with a lack of experience, physicality in the midfield. From what we saw with Charlie Patino and Sambi Lokonga, I have questioned Sambi Lokonga at points this season. I don't think he's quite ready to play week in, week out for Arsenal. You definitely can see the talent on odd occasions. You can definitely see it there. And he has got it. You can see it in the game. But then that error leading to the goal from Sambi Lokonga, he does struggle there. We saw it against you guys when Sambi Lokonga played. So, yeah. Jamie, big up Jamie. Man, what happened? Robin Hood settings. I know. It's difficult. Magic of the FA Cup. I've been talking about it, and I don't like it. I don't like being at the receiving end. I was giving it all to Newcastle fans and not Reading fans. I don't know any, but yeah, I was struggling. Yes. Oh man. And there you go, Jay. Have a listen if you want help there. But big up yourself, Travis. Now that you're big up yourself, cuz man. Now that you're out of the FA Cup as well, where do you think you're going to finish in the league? It's a good question. It's a very good question. And I wish you didn't answer that, because I wish I could just be sitting on the fence getting splinters all day. But I think where Arsenal are going to finish in the league, if I was to put a prediction now, with the current side, not taking into consideration the transfer window, I think the lowest we would finish is 5th. But I think we could finish, the highest we could finish is 4th. So I'm not really giving you an answer there. I'm still sitting on the fence. Do you know what? Current squads right now, I'm going to say 4th and current situation, because I think if we keep our top players fit, like Thomas Partey, we can keep Gabriel, Erdegaard, Lacazette, keep that spine fit and get lucky in terms of injuries. I think we can definitely finish in the top 4. But yeah, other than that, Man United, they could go on a run of games if you do sign someone. I know you're a United fan, but I don't really trust that current midfield at the moment. You have the quality, but you're not seeming to get the best out of those players. But yeah, it's difficult. I don't rate Spurs either. You know, I really don't. Currently, this current Spurs side, I think they've been exposed in recent weeks, and that new manager bounce has gone. But let me see what you're saying right here. Big up yourself, because you seem like you want to do some business in Jan to now 4th place. It's true, man. That's what I'm saying. And we're linked with central midfielders. I think we might go cheap on that. But then for a striker of the caliber of Dusan Vlahovic at the moment, there's a lot of rumours that he doesn't want to come to Arsenal. He's a bit unsure. I don't think that's the case. I think it's probably the agency, because I know a football agent, and I've not been speaking to him. But yeah, I know in terms of that, it's just sorting out the figures and stuff. And I know he's represented by Serbian agents. And in the business side of football, Dusan Vlahovic is their top man. He is their star with his agency. He's not linked to a super agent like Akio Jarabchkin or Mino Raiola, which is Pogba's agent, or Jorge Mendes. So these agents are going to really be looking for the top dollar and trying to get a big signing on fee for the likes of Dusan Vlahovic. So he's probably working that out. And then even with Dusan Vlahovic himself, he's got to be thinking, could I wait it out to the summer and probably get a title challenger or a Champions League guaranteed club? Because he's not even sure whether Arsenal will make it. Do you know what I mean? So it's gonna be tough. But if we do sign a striker and a central midfielder, I'm a lot more confident. But then it obviously depends on how Spurs' transfer window goes. If they're able to sign someone, in the midfield and get some bodies in that Conte can work with. We can't question Conte's ability, can we really, as a manager? What channel is it on? Is it on BBC? I believe it is, yeah. BBC over in the UK. There we go. They're just getting the lineups up now. I was watching the Comoros versus Gabon. Have you been watching, Trav, have you been watching any AFCON or anything like that? Spurs are actually okay. I don't really think so, man. I don't think so. They got battered against Chelsea. They've been suspect against Watford. They grabbed a last-minute winner in that game. They suffered for a long time against Morecambe. If you do get a signing or two this month, it just shows that you got the ambition out of us. Yeah, true. That's it. The ownership. We are. But Trav, you've known me for how long? Yeah. And all the times that you were bantering me about Arsenal and our ownership didn't show any ambition at all throughout this period. So it's actually nice to see that we are showing a bit of ambition, trust in the manager, signings that we made in the summer. So yeah, man. Vlahovic is not unsure. He's going to lower his standards and join Arsenal. He's also interested in joining Juventus, staying in Italy, gathering up nice weather, familiar with the league, familiar with the country, the language, all sorts. Yes, Jay, I'll get that sent over to you if you want. I'll get that sent over to you now. I'll send this over for you. And I'll have a look at your message as well, Jay. Yeah. Save. It's all saved. Perfect. Yeah, definitely, man. Oh, definitely. Yeah, from what I've seen so far, I've just had a little bit of a glance at it, Jay. Yeah, defo, man. Get it sent over. And I'll send it. I'll send this is this is Know-how's email address. I'll give it a proper look, Jay. Don't you worry about that. Definitely, man. And bro, I'll give you all the encouragement, all the support that you need for that as well. I watched the Cameroon versus Burkina Faso game, but same as you, haven't watched many of the tournaments. Going to try and watch a few games this year, though. Yeah, for sure, man. We got, Jamaicans, you know what I mean? West Africa, that's where our heritage comes from, our lineage. So it's good to see. It's good to support the people. And the game has kicked off. We are 30 seconds in. Man United already have the throw in. So yeah, for sure, Trav. I'm doing a Nigeria versus Egypt watch along tomorrow. So if you're free, it's at 4:00. I know you may be busy over in the UK. It's a bit of an early time, but yeah, man, if you're there, tune in. We can watch the game together. Big up yourself, Wilf. Yo, T Money. Yo, TTF fan. And TTF fam is TT fam. Come on, the Villa. Big up yourself, Wilf. I saw that you got your gifts. From Moss and Harry today. So you're looking sharp, bro. You're looking good. The old lady versus T's Gunners. Maybe Vlahovic should ask Liam Brady what. Yeah, you know it, KC. Listen to Liam Brady, David O'Leary. You can talk to them people there. But ball being played in behind. Bruno Fernandes, who's back into the side, back into the starting lineup. What's your thoughts, United fans, on today? Do you think you'll grab the win, take the victory? Do you think Arteta on the board are on the same ambitions as the Arsenal fans that you know, T? Do you know what? Of late, in the past season, I'd say yeah. I think they are. From what we've seen in the summer, we can't question that. Obviously, the jury's going to still be out because of how long it's taken them to do this, to decide to start actually investing and doing proper research and creating a good structure at Arsenal Football Club. It's taken a while. They've been here since, 2005, the Cronkies. 2006, actually. And it's never come to fruition. So, interesting right there. I think we definitely could come. And then Safe know how. Consistency is crazy. Big it up, bros. Big up, bro. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Murad. Really appreciate that. I will be doing a watch along. Murad, you're more than welcome to join me on the channel whenever as well, because yeah, you're a very good Chelsea fan. And speaking of a very good Chelsea fan, we've got a guest coming in here watching the game with me. Big up Hanif. You may have seen him on the channel before. How you doing, my bro?
I'm all right. Thank you so much, Fami. Big up, everyone. Big up. Please do like and subscribe and annoy the hell out of Tereak as usual. Yeah.
Before I get into the asking you what your thoughts on this game's going to be, Hanif, let me just run through the rest of the comments. So we've got a 1-1 draw, extra time, Casey's prediction. I'll probably get home from work just before the game ends, but I'll be trying to join for any watch-alongs. Keep that work rate up, because appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. Love to you, Travis. And this goes for you, Travis, and absolutely anyone to the channel. You're more than welcome to come on. I've got Wilf coming onto the channel at some point in February too. And we're going to be talking Arsenal. He's been on the channel before, and he's so happy about his gifts. He's wearing them now. You should get a picture sent over of your gifts. Wilf, getting them sent over. I'll show the TTF. And he's part-time Man United fan. Speaking of a part-time Man United fan, Hanif, what's your expectations on this game?
It's very interesting that Manchester United are playing Aston Villa, in two games, and I think Manchester United fans will probably want the 3 points more than an FA Cup victory, because I think that's more important in terms of going forward. However, I just don't like the midfield. I really don't like the midfield of Manchester United, and I don't understand why Ralph Rangnick's not addressed that. It doesn't make any sense that you can play McFred. There's also a big question marks about Donny. Is he not showing anything in training? Because this is the second manager who's not willing to play him. Is there a lack of discipline, or is there an issue
it must
on Donny's side? Because we can't always blame the club. Is it the player as well? Because this guy knows what he's doing. So, but I like United's forward lineup today. I think it looks really good, well balanced, and I think it's the right forward line for me personally. I just think they just need a midfielder desperate. If they want to get top 4 this season, they have to buy a midfielder straight away.
Maybe 2. Yeah, true.
Maybe 2. Yeah, and if they're gonna spend the money on Ndidi, you need to consider buying him now, because he's Premier League proven. He'll come in and he'll step in, and he'll get going straight away. Yeah. Oh my God, McTominay. But Aston Villa, they've got nothing to lose. There's a lot of positivity around the club. Signing Philippe Coutinho, I think they'll be buzzing after that signing. They're heavily linked with Luca Dean, so imagine they get him as well. And Villa making moves. I've always said the chairman's very ambitious, and he wants to break into those European positions. And those types of signings prove that these guys could be a force to be reckoned with in the next 2 or 3 years. They want to get in that top 6, top 7. They want to disturb those big clubs. And with Spurs currently lacking at this moment in time, they might be the club in a few years' time.
Maybe we'll have to see. It's all about ownership there. We was just talking about previously about ownership in terms of the Arsenal. I know, Wilf. Let's go into this comment. T-Money, you're wearing black in mourning for yesterday. Yes, I am. All black. And P.S. Big up Hanif, bro. Always great to see you. You know what? Let me tell you something. The fact that Wilf is a massive Arsenal fan, he says this, and he doesn't like Chelsea for a lot of reasons why. Do you know what? I used to have a bit of a like, that little bit of not detest towards Chelsea, shall I say, because of previous antics in the past from Chelsea fans. Let me just say.
Listen, in the past, yeah, I'm telling you straight, I don't think some of the antics by a minority number of our fan base across Europe and stuff, and even across the Premier League. Yeah. It's not been great, and I think Chelsea as a club have had to move forward and address certain things, and also there's stories coming out of what used to happen back in the day with the kids and stuff. And Chelsea were one of those clubs, and we have to move on. We have to accept that football's for everyone, and there have been those fans that say stupid things at stupid times, and Chelsea fans are not only in London, they're across the world. So. Exactly. That's where we are. So, and I think every football club's like that, because football's changed now. It's not about being at the club anymore. It's not about going to the games, because not everybody's going to be there, especially if you live across the world. But you can still support the club no matter where you are. And I think that is a reflection of United's and Arsenal's fan base. I think Arsenal have got a tremendous fan base. It's I would say it's definitely bigger than Chelsea's at this moment in time. That's just my opinion. But I think Chelsea are making history. I think Chelsea are making more moves purely because we've got a fantastic owner and we've got a decent coach at the moment.
Have you just seen that? There, Hanif?
I'm on minute 7:41. So
what are you? You're about to see it now.
Yeah, there we go. Is that McTominay? Oh, bloody! He turns up, doesn't he?
He does. What after every other game, doesn't he? McTominay.
But the thing is, that's his level, though, Tereak. There's a level of certain players, and that's his level. And he is a squad player at best. And but it depends. Like if he's contributing every other game, then you have to say that McTominay is right for the squad at the moment. So you have to give him credit as well.
100%, you're right. And there's the goal. Scott McTominay makes it 1-0 to Manchester United. Whilst Hanif was talking there, great header. It's a good ball whipped in. And
Tereak, it's McFred, though, isn't it? It's the McFred connection.
That's it. It's a great ball from Fred.
McFred connection.
Here we go. A lot of talk about McFred. Look at Ranić. He's delighted with it. But you know what? I think Ranić has been told no midfield signings until Gani goes. So Ranić is pushing that. That is just my guess. Yeah, I mean, we have to make guesses at this moment in time. But that midfield connection that he's built today has proved dividends and given him the Manchester United the 1-0 lead. And do you know what? I think this is a great question from Ryan. Apologies we didn't get into it straight away because I thought it was fantastic. Ndidi or Neves, who would you take? Hanif, I'm going to ask you first, and I know who I would definitely take.
Ooh. I think this current Man United team needs Ndidi more than Neves, purely from a defensive point of view, because they need a top quality CDM. However, Neves is the quality on the ball. I think Neves is probably more suited. I think I would put them next to each other. I think they complement each other very, very well.
Yeah.
I don't rate Ndidi's passing ability as high as Neves is. Mm-hmm. However, if you're going to push me, I'd have to go with Neves overall. But I think Ndidi is. I think they're not the same, and I think they complement each other so well. And I think if you were said to Arsenal fans,
oh, big chance for Villa there. But carry on, sorry.
I think if you said to Arsenal fans or any top Premier League club, if you could have a combination, what about this combination? I think that would be an ideal combination. I think Neves is very underrated because no one's made any moves on him so far. Oh,
but
my
yeah,
God, he should have scored.
for me, Ryan, I would take Neves for me because Neves is Neves for me. What he provides on the ball, the passing range that he has, and to progress the ball to the likes of Greenwood, their star players.
I think Ndidi next to Pogba would be interesting if Pogba stayed. I think that would be very interesting.
Well, Pogba's out the door now. Like, that's all but confirmed.
I don't know, Tereak. With United, you just don't know.
Pogba's been offered this. I know
they should have scored. I've seen the replay twice. He should have scored.
Pogba's been offered this contract for a while now, and he's not. It's been a few years since Pogba's been offered this contract, and the jury's out at Man United on Pogba. They're not going to offer him what Mino Raiola wants for his player, and that's fair enough. And he'll be able to leave on a free and get that money wherever, because he'll have. It depends who he goes to. He may have a better infrastructure around him in terms of the club to really get the best out of Pogba. And for me, you've just got to move forward now. And yeah, you would see both would be ideal. But for me, Neves, because defensively he's underrated, very underrated. People don't really talk about his defensive numbers, but when I was doing
it's because he plays at Wolves, doesn't he? That's why no one looks at their defensive. It's like when United bought Maguire, surely someone would have done scouting on him and looked at his numbers and broke it all down. Where does he sit in terms of the defensive line? Can he bring it out? Yes, he can. He can head the ball aerially, very fantastic. But on the turn, he's awful. He's absolutely awful. Playing a high line with Maguire is dangerous. McFred, you got to give it to them when they get it right.
And Travis is agreeing with you, squad player at best. Yeah, I believe that McTominay could be a good squad player for a good Man United side, but he shouldn't be starting. He should be playing games like this, an FA Cup game against Aston Villa, but not week in, week out, because he just doesn't have that level of consistency in his game or quality, really. But Buendia in a box. Honestly, Villa are knocking on the door. Travis, Man United fans, you probably expected it.
I'm watching the build-up, and honestly, it's shocking. These guys, United in the middle, is shocking.
Hey, it's a donut. Shocking. It's a donut. I had a donut today at work, and boy, United's looking like
he should have scored. Tereak, he should have scored. He should have scored. That guy did so. He should have scored. And this is the difference, Tereak. Against the lower league clubs, you can get away with this, but when you're playing a top 8 Premier League team or a top 10 team, you can't get away with that.
I don't know if he should have scored. I think it's more of a half chance. He should have picked out Danny Ings. Definitely, I can say that.
I think Danny Ings should have got there. He got he was about 2 yards away. That's me just being harsh. I would have taken Ings at Chelsea as well, to be fair. But
if he was called Tominaldo, he would receive a lot more love, I think. Hey, do you know what, Ryan? Ed on the channel, he agrees with you. He thinks that McTominay is a decent player, but I think he's a decent player. Henny, can we agree here? McTominay gets more hate than he deserves.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think one thing with McTominay is his quality on the ball will always be questioned, but his work rate will never be questioned. And I think that's what, when United are in dead rubber games, he always stands out. Why does he stand out? Because he's willing to, in majority of the games, he's willing to work his backside off. Yeah. For me, United have been built on squad players as well. So it's no one's doing him a discredit by saying he should be a squad player, because some of the best United squad players of all time 100%. Have won titles and Champions League.
O'Shea, Wes Brown,
Fletcher,
Cleverley. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And as we saw with their careers, they weren't standout players at lower league clubs, were they? So, yeah, I agree with you to a certain extent. And Travis saying, I think Neves would suit what Rangnick wants more, but we're deprived of that. We're deprived of someone who can effectively defend. That's all I want.
It'd be interesting to look at Neves' pressing numbers. I think that's something that that would be very. When I look at all these stats, oh my God, they're all over the place, but. It would be very interesting to look at his stat. If he's like for a guy in his position, if he's in the top 50%, then you just like, okay, yeah, fair enough. That's, and it'll only get better because he'll have to press more. Yeah, and 100%. United look good going forward. Good going forward. It's just they can't control the game, and if you're gonna play this rock and roll football, you have to be able to win the ball quick back as well. That's what Liverpool do well, and so do Pep's team. But that's experience, Tereak. This needs a pre-season, and then it needs a season. You can't do this mid-season especially with this Manchester United team, which, let's be honest, it's been up and down for the past 2 or 3 years. And individually, they've got quality players. However, as a team, they look worse than the Dutch national team in the 90s. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly. But yeah, that's just the case. And Villa do look dangerous, you know. Villa are looking a bit dangerous at the moment. I'm having a look. Well, obviously, what you can find when it comes to Ruben Neves is a lot about his passing stats.
He's underrated. He's
one of the best passers in the league for sure.
His quality. I don't know. Does he play for Portugal? I don't know about Portugal's setup. But,
yeah, I mean, he does play for Portugal, but he's not an automatic starter. But that's more because of the manager's preference. He usually plays he likes Danilo Pereira. He likes William Carvalho's. He likes João Palhinha's. You're really defensive, but we know he's a pragmatic coach.
I think you have to be when you've got Ronaldo up top.
Yeah, it's true. You do. I think, and that's it. And that says it all, really. You do have to have a pragmatic midfield if you're going to have Ronaldo. Because I
think if you look at Portugal, right, and you look at United, it's you're looking at two opposite spectrums there of football. Because because Portugal's definitely something you look at in terms of how to get the best out of Ronaldo. Because there's no point taking this guy on and not getting the best out of him. You don't need to play fancy football. You just need to play 4-3-3 and make sure you got dogs in the midfield and they get the ball to him.
I've got his stats for you in terms of pressures. He averages 20.23. And just for context, people, the average in the Premier League is 18. So he's above average in terms of pressures. So he's definitely got the legs. So if people try and say, but I don't think he has the legs to play in midfield, he's above average. And the highest in the world in central midfield is actually Alan, who plays for Everton with 28.
I'm not surprised about that. I'm not surprised. Alan's underrated. Honestly, that's who United really need as well. They could do, if these Premier League if these Premier League clubs were smart, I'd be offering Everton 30-40 million for him. I don't know how old Alan is. I think he's in his late 20s.
Late 20s.
Yeah, so he's whoever bought him, did really well. I think Ancelotti got him, and fantastic signing for Everton. But he's at the wrong team, unfortunately.
Exactly. As Noha says there, it's Neves for me. The more creative options you have, the more space you make on the pitch. Exactly. If we're talking about United's philosophy, the culture that United, that they built up their success upon, was playing wide, getting the ball out wide as quickly as possible. And Ruben Neves can do that in abundance. But here Villa again, John McGinn winding a shot up, causing a great save from De Gea. Danny Ings looks offside to me. But yeah, United are a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
It's true. Forest Company. But yeah, listen, McGinn would do good in your side. I think McGinn is one. Honestly, I think he's because he's Scottish and and all this nonsense. Honestly, he's. I think he's what you need if you're going to replace Xhaka. I think he's a better Xhaka in my opinion. But. Yeah. I know Xhaka offers his offer. I know, and he's got more legs on him. I don't think Xhaka's as mobile as you need midfielders to be very mobile now. They have to be great athletes now. You can't be a lazy midfielder anymore like back in the day.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, let's be honest, McFred finished second in the league last season, and what the attributes that we would give to McFred is their running stats, how hard they work, how they are mobile. They're not great.
But that's their downside as well, Tereak, because this 4-2-2-2 or whatever it's called, 4-2-3-1. You can't. When your two CDMs are working that hard, it's not good because centrally you'll always be exposed. You need three in the middle to do what they do. That's why Liverpool and City play a different type of football, but that's why Liverpool do it really, really well. Everyone thinks that it's easy, but you need the players for it.
Which one can't you agree with, Trav? What can't you agree with?
Tell him, Travis.
Oh, Cavani got away with that. That was going in. I didn't see that situation. Big up yourself, though. Rashford. Rashford sealing goals again. United and Arsenal have some midfield problems in midfield.
I'd say Arsenal have problems in terms of they don't have enough. United have got the quality, I would say, because they've spent the money, whereas Arsenal haven't spent the money as much.
Wait there. I thought I was agreeing with you to begin with. So wait
No,
there.
but in terms of money
United
being spent on midfield,
hey, we spent a bit, you know. We have spent a bit. What was it? 55 million for Partey. Xhaka cost 35 million. Sambi Lokonga. I know he's not for now. He's for the future.
Sambi's only come this year, though, honey. Yeah. I felt a bit sorry for him yesterday, and I felt a bit sorry for Tavares yesterday. Listen, look, everybody can have a bad game, and yesterday when I watched the Arsenal game, a lot of them giving stick, and I just thought, look, that's inexperience. That game was complete. And you know what? I don't know what your predictions were before the game, but going to Forest is a big deal for Forest because they've done it to you before. Then you're just like, you know what? Arsenal needed a goal early just to settle their nerves. Yeah. And if you didn't get it, it was always going to be an uphill battle. And I just thought there was a lot of inexperience in that team. And I thought Nketiah was made the scapegoat. Like, oh, he's not that good. I'm just like, hold on, like you've had a bad game. I get it. The whole team wasn't great. And I just thought I felt a bit bad. And I just thought your fan base is always interesting after a loss. Yeah, and exactly. For me,
right,
it wasn't right for those Arsenal players to get that much hate.
Here's one for you. Who does not qualify for the World Cup? Portugal or Italy? I'm going to say Portugal. I think Portugal will drop out. We can't forget Italy are the champions of Europe. I think they've got enough. Portugal haven't impressed me. They didn't impress me at the Euros. The whole Ronaldo factor, was we're seeing at Man United, it weighs down a little bit. They'll always be in the tie because of Ronaldo. That's always going to be the case. But Italy have a better squad. They have a better team. What Roberto Mancini has built there, they're quite unfortunate to even be at this stage. Yes, because Jorginho has missed 2 major penalties. That's what it is. That's the difference. That's why Italy aren't there. I think they'll make it through. What about you, Hanif? Do you agree or disagree?
I can't believe we're not going to see both of them in the World Cup. I want to see Bernardo. I want to see Bernardo Silva in the World Cup. I'm a big fan, and I think he could change a game. However, Italy have got a lot. Italy are not playing like Italy. They're playing with a lot more firepower. I think playing 4-3-3 with Jorginho defending and doing the basics really well. It's going to be really difficult. Portugal. I think Portugal are definitely the underdogs, but I think they've got the quality to be the likes of Italy. I think Italy. 100%. I think the only thing that Italy are missing is goals from that front three because they're a hard-working front three, aren't they? So,
just for some context, the final of that playoff will happen in Portugal. Also, Portugal
it's two. Isn't it 2 legs? Or am I mistaken?
Hey, Ryan, as an England fan, we thought we had the edge with the game, with the final being at Wembley, and look how that went. So I trust Italy to do it. Still, cold with that. If we played football, we all wish we did. The Neves would be perfect, but the reality is we're a long way off that. Yeah, I agree. We wish we would be Neves, playing. Hey, Trav, you've seen me play ball, man. I'm not too far off Neves. You've seen my left foot. Trav. Hey, tell the people, man. Tell the Tereak Talks fam about. Tell Hanif about my left foot. Where would Man United be without De Gea? That's a good question. If we're gonna say this now? Just for hypothetical reasons, Hanif, where would Man United be without De Gea?
Listen, I've always said De Gea is a great fun. He's a fantastic shot stopper. That's what he is. He's a fantastic shot. Overall, as a goalkeeping ability, I don't know. I don't rate him over like a top keeper like Neuer. Everyone used to when Neuer and De Gea was having De Gea was a super. They said De Gea was better. I said he's not as an overall keeper. As 100%. A shot stopper, he's fantastic. Yeah. Honestly, the guy's got cat skills, man. The guy's everywhere. I'm not gonna give it away. He's saving United a lot. He's making worldies. But for me, I don't think he's the best keeper in the league. I think you could argue at this moment in time. I would say Ramsdale's better. Mendy's better. I think the South American keepers are better. But that's just my opinion. I would even put Martinez in front of him because I think Martinez is a fantastic keeper. But he's at Villa. No one's going to rate that.
Hey, look at Travis. He's saying there, one of a left foot and a shovel of a right. Hey, my right, it's not as good as my left foot. I know that. I'll probably say, if we talk about FIFA, it's 3-star weak foot. And it's not this bad. It's not Iron Robin. It's not that bad. But Jay saying he thinks Italy will go out. So we've got 2 Portugal. Ryan, what are you saying? You've asked the question, but you've not answered it yourself. So yeah, well, interesting.
I think Tereak. I think what also matters is, you know, unfortunately, COVID might even have a say as well. So it's one of them, isn't it? And there's a lot of football being played as well.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Wilf. You said Italy to go through. So we're all favoriting Italy to go through in that one. Team, isn't it? Team over superstars, because that's what Portugal have. Superstars, as you said, Bernardo Silva, Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, but they just don't have a good enough team for me. Ruben Neves, who we were just talking about. Ooh, good feet. Villa look in danger. Yeah, Villa are still in this game, you know. Like Man United fans.
They've had United. I think they've had the same amount of big chances. It's just obviously the quality, and United. You know, from set pieces, they do not defend well at all. Did you see that striker, the Villa striker? He was open, and I just thought, who's marking him? And that's a lack of communication. You can't blame that on the manager. These players should be able to, you know, man mark and organize.
Look at this from Villa. Buendia draws a save. Sorry to cut you off. It just looked Villa are looking good, you know. Don't remind me. I can't hear that Sweet Caroline song anymore. Reminds me of that failure. What about what was your favourite one of the Euros, Adif? Come on. What was your favourite song?
Mean? Sorry.
During the Euros? Yeah, you know, you had
I don't listen to music. I don't listen to no music, man. I don't care. None of that stuff. Listen, look, none of that stuff matters, man. To the fans, yeah, but listen, it's more about the game and getting the job done, man. We need to England. Listen, look, I don't think England are going to win anything, unfortunately, because of a number of reasons. But I think we've got the team to win a European Championship. I think we've had moments where we could have won a World Cup where we were lucky with the
Cavani goal saved. Oh, sorry, it's saved by Emiliano Martinez. Still 1-0. It looked like it was going in. It looked like a deflection was going to take it.
I'm watching it now. They're on the break, and
Bruno. It took a while to make that pass, but they won a free kick. And Ryan says Portugal will win. Just that home factor.
Well played, Martinez.
As a baller, if you've got a wand of a left foot, the right is only there to stand on. You know it, Wilf. Yeah, I can't.
It's crazy how, you know, football, before you could just have one good foot. Now you both of your feet have to be good, and you've got to have, you know, if you want to be a decent footballer nowadays, it's crazy how good you have to be with both feet.
Yeah, true. Unless you're playing at fullback. The fullbacks is probably the only real positions that you can get away with having a poor line.
I think in any position, Tereak, I think you have to be adaptable. I think if you're everywhere, I think if you look at how Man City play, most of their players have got decent feet, both feet. So.
Yeah, Kyle Walker hasn't.
So, yeah, he might not do,
has, but that's obviously. If
but you look at you look at the European talent; they're doing things. You know, they're ahead of the curve, and they. You know, the way they're improving on what they're improving on are two different things.
Ironically, one of the most one-footed players that has probably graced the football pitch, Arjen Robben, comes out of the Netherlands, where they tend to be very good with both feet because of how they train. And in, like, for example, in Ajax, PSV, in Dutch football, it's not, you can play anywhere as well. That's what Ajax are famous for. Johan Cruyff, bringing positionless football. You can just play anywhere.
He's one of them that make sure you're good at what. If you're only good at one thing, make sure you're really good at it.
Yeah, Watkins is in. Watkins in. Oh, he's got the shot off. He's hit the bar. Oh my word! Have a look at this, Anif. A horrific mistake.
Right, he's just gone forward now. I'm watching. Who's that? Is that Lindelof? Oh, he's got some pace on him.
Lindelof, as the Swedish would call him.
Oh my god! Oh my god! And this is the thing, Tereak. You know, this is, awareness and De Gea talking to him, Lindelof talking. This is the thing about Lindelof. He's got that weakness, honey.
Look
at that weakness when it comes to his aerial ability and his surroundings. He's got that weakness about him.
Do you know what? I'm gonna defend Lindelof here. You know, because that I know it sounds a bit mad. That was a foul because he caught John McGinn first before he got the ball. But Hanif, do you know when you play football or even when you've refereed and you're looking up, the ball's been kicked up so high. You look at caught in the floodlights.
I know that, but you know what he's trying. You know what he's trying to do. What he's trying to do is he's trying to get it back to the keeper so they can play.
I think he tried to bring it down, actually.
Yeah,
It's even
I
worse.
know, but no, he tried to bring it down and possibly use De Gea as an option. But when you're not that good, just clear it out. Safety first. If you're not that good, you safety first and then gain confidence throughout the game and say, now I can do it. So
hey,
it's just one of those
I'm
weaknesses.
going to leave you in charge. I'm just going to pop to the toilet. I'm desperate, man. I should have went before the game. Here you go,
no problem. Oh, big up everyone. Listen, it's Man United 1, Villa 0, but Villa are in this game. Manchester United fans are on the edge of their seats. They don't know how. They're still ahead. I'm telling you, Villa are in this game. They've just hit the bar through Watkins, who I think is a better player than Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think Watkins is the man. He's got some rapid pace, man. The guy is like a cheetah. I'm telling you. And Steven Gerrard, man, I didn't know what to expect from Gerrard, but Villa are playing some sublime stuff. And they're on the break on the right-hand side. Crossed it in. Oh, I just missed out. Oh, and Villa just missed the inside of the left-hand post. Ramsey with the shot. United are so lucky at this moment in time. So jammy. The pressure in Manchester United. It's all Villa at this moment in time. And you know what? Old Trafford is becoming Villa Park if they're not careful. That's another corner conceded by Manchester United. Did someone get a foot on it? On Ramsey's shot? I'm just having a look at the replay. They did. It came off McTominay. He blocked the shot. It's a good thing too because it was going in. Oh no, it wasn't going in. It was about to go in. Hit the inside of his left leg, and Steven Gerrard can't believe it. He should be at least. Should have scored at least one goal, if not 3 or 4. Diego Dallo is down at this moment in time. Please keep sending your comments in. If there's anything you want to share about the game. Ralph Rangnick is talking to the technical director, the big man, Fletcher himself. What do we do, bro? I don't know. Just play, bro. Just play. That's all he's saying. I can't believe that United are all over the place. They're at home. Their own fans are watching them. And they're worried. This is the best time to play this Manchester United team. They're all over the place. A well-organized team that's got passing ability can beat this team. United are all over the joint. They're absolutely shocking. And Villa could have nicked another one. Could have scored the first goal. It's
Wan-Bissaka coming on. Is what's happening?
Dallo's down, mate. He's injured.
Oh, not a good sight for United fans.
Tereak, this is exactly going the way like the Wolves game did. It's going exactly that way.
Lindelof, he can't play high. He's too exposed. But Ollie Watkins, he pounced on that situation there. Jay saying, "Come on, Villa." Villa are in it. If they can take one of these chances soon, they'll cause United problems.
Tariq, that Ollie Watkins, he looks more impressive than Calvert-Lewin. When you're looking at the striker situation.
Yeah, I agree.
Across the league.
Yeah. I think that's a good shout, actually. Yeah. Who's better, TTF, Ollie Watkins or Calvert-Lewin?
I think maybe Ollie Watkins might not be aerially as good as Calvert-Lewin, but I think he's got everything else.
Yeah, exactly. I think Lindelof saying it, I couldn't see it. Pleasantly surprised on CVG's management so far. Early days yet, of course. Hey, if you've been following Rangers, Brian, you'd have seen CVG's talents, and it's not like when Brendan Rodgers was taking over Celtic, where they were the best team in the league already, and they didn't have Rangers to compete with. He's taken Rangers up that level and performing on the European stage. Even when Brendan Rodgers were there at Celtic, he couldn't get Celtic to perform in Europe. Oh, he looks bad, He's bleeding bad, isn't he? You can see how red his sock is when you see that, Hanif. Can someone explain to me what Fletcher's job is? Trav, I have no idea. I've seen a lot.
I think he's number 2. I think he's taken Carrick's job. I really do. I think he's taken Carrick's job.
But he's meant to be technical director, though, isn't he, Hanif? So
multi-talented, mate. Multi-talented.
Yeah.
Yeah. From an Arsenal fan. Yeah.
If Villa lose this game, the football gods hate them. For real.
Yeah,
big up yourself.
Comeback. Big up Grace. They can get. But the thing is, this Tereak, they're at Villa Park next week or whenever the next game is. So that'll be on the weekend. So that Coutinho, he won't be playing in this because he won't be registered. But for that league game, it'd be interesting to see whether he gets a start.
Yeah, exactly, man. Big up. But there's Cavani there doing some pressing. Well played. But yes, big up yourself, Grace, another Chelsea fan. Grace will be glad to see, because in the early days of TTF, we was just all slating Grace when Chelsea about Chelsea, trying to pick on him. But Hanif's here to support you.
Grace, don't worry. Grace, listen. I'll tell you, this is what you say to him. You've made your history and we're still making ours. End of.
Just got off a conference call. How's it going, Santi? It's not been great, you know. It hasn't been that great, in all honesty, from United. You have taken the league. Scott McTominay, good header. It was a good ball whipped in. The McFred connection.
They're like D-Generation X for Manchester United, if you know what that is.
But Villa have had their chances, Santi. It's not something that you're not used to seeing nowadays. Exactly. It's not something you're not used to seeing. Villa have had the chances. They should be cool. They should be level in this game. But yeah, it's not looking great, but the quality is still proving to show. I think that's probably what it is. That's a good one, that Hanif. She's going to be using that now.
Don't worry, Grace. Listen, I've been there when we would only win these cups, man. So, this is our time. Let's enjoy it. And I'm telling you, I know Arsenal will be back eventually. And like every team, like look at United, they could be the next AC Milan if they're not careful.
Quite a good point, man. It could be, could happen.
I don't know. I don't remember what year they won the league, their last league.
Exactly. There you go. Even the little one there thinks is worried for United, as you can hear their people.
I'm worried about his future, man. Who's he going to support? It's Arsenal already, so I'm worried.
Oh no! If he can follow in your daughter's footsteps, he'll be a clever, wise boy. But yeah,
let's see what happens.
We'll get him on the watch along instead of you. Oh no! Yeah. Fernandes blocked it. United. This is the thing with United. They can be poor all game, but then they can still have shots on goal. I'm having a look at the score in the Comoros Gabon game. Still 1-0 Gabon. Or Gabon. Oh, Luke Shaw has a shot tipped over by Emiliano Martinez. But hey, it's interesting because it's going to put pressure on that game against Ghana, where they could receive Aubameyang. Could play in that game, as well as Mario Lemina, who are out self-isolating, but it all depends on when they started getting the symptoms, if they're vaccinated, etc. All that politics to do with it.
Has anyone caught your eye that we've not heard of so far when you've watched some of the games? You think, you know what, this guy looks...
Oh, okay. Right. In AFCON, okay.
Yeah, is there a one player that you just think, you know what, this guy could do something in the Premier League?
Do you know what? Not really so far, because the ones that have impressed have been Premier League players. So Traore looked decent in the first half against Cameroon. Anguissa looked all right for Anguissa looked decent for Cameroon, but yeah, I think
you guys, if you guys could get him, Tereak, he's
one of them ones. Anguissa on his day unplayable, but he's quite inconsistent, and that's the problem with Franck-André Anguissa. That's his problem.
But I think if you look at Arsenal as a club, at the moment, they're a growing club. I don't know how old Anguissa is, but you're growing, and I think
he's probably mid-20s.
And I think that's the type of player you guys need. A growing player. I've always said, look, and the thing is, this one bad performance doesn't dictate your whole season. And I think yesterday, and Arsenal fans, fair enough, be critical of the performance, but some of the stuff that they say in terms of the manager and Tavares, I was just like, he had a bad game, fair enough, but get him out of our club. Graham took some shots at him on Munzi Talks, and I was just like, what?
Did he?
Are you saying? Yeah. He goes, you know what, I don't want him at our... He said something like, they need to get rid of him. And I'm just like, that is strong. I go, what about the games he played well in?
Yeah.
And I just think we always like have a go at players, but what about the 4 or 5 games that they actually play well in? Like today, we're giving McTominay his credit.
Exactly, you're right. It's true, man. It's true. Guys, can you still see me? I'm still here, I believe, aren't I? Yeah, I'm just trying to get something sorted for you guys in the TTF.
Big up, Santiago. Big up.
Exactly. 2013, almost a decade. You know what I mean? Santi, It almost has been a decade since Man United last won a league title. I've been waiting how many years now? What's that? 15 plus 16, 17?
2004, I think Arsenal won the last league title. I think they won the double that year.
Nearly 20 years, yeah, 18 years. Yeah. So yeah, 18 years, and yours is 10.
But the thing is, you guys were building a stadium. That's the problem with you. You guys were didn't have a structural problem. You had a stadium thing.
Yeah,
sure. And I don't think they should have left Highbury, in my opinion. I think they should have won a few more leagues and then gone. But it was one of them.
It's one of bad timing, isn't it? You are right, Henny. It was bad timing because this was really before the Premier League started to hit off with the money. Tottenham made it the good decision when they moved their stadium, when they did that whole situation, because there was this is the Premier League at its highest in terms of transfers, in terms of how much revenue clubs are getting because of the team like Sky, BT, all of that paying for rights. So yeah, 13 to 8 Villa double chance odds. Interesting. Put it on, right. Hanif, the first goal looked decent on the highlights. Yeah, it was. And Deloi's playing well.
Listen, give Fred a lot of credit, because you know what? No one sees it. He put a cross in earlier in the season for Martial when he scored that goal at Old Trafford. No one gives him any credit, but he's an attack in the final third. He's fantastic. But no one remembers that. They always remember his errors.
That's what happens, though. It's football, though. It's the nature of the game, isn't it? When you make these errors,
credit is due. You have to. But the problem is, as a combination, they're not good. They're not good at all. They don't complement each other. That's why we've said Ndidi and Neves would complement each other. Even Xhaka and Partey complement each other. And it's one of them. You have to find if you're gonna play a two, they have to complement each other. And if these two, one's box to box and the other one's a forward player, but he's being asked to do a job that he's not familiar with, in my opinion, and it doesn't suit him. And I think we can quite clearly see it doesn't. Yeah. But they still do it, and I don't know why.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. I think I might be able to get one of the photos of the TTF in here. It's a shame. Hold on. I'll get it for you. Here we go. Where is it? Apologies, people. Trying to get. I think it is. I think this is it here. Yes, it is. Right. You ready? Are you ready? You ready, TTF? Yeah. Big up the man, Wilf himself. Look at that.
Big up, mate. Big up.
You got that hat right there. That you see that Toronto Raptors. Do you follow basketball?
No, yeah, I do follow basketball. They won the NBA. They won the NBA, did they, a couple of years ago?
You're correct. They did. Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet. They did it against the Warriors. When Warriors, that's the team that I follow. They had an injury crisis with the likes of Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, and yeah, we're just left with Steph Curry. I think Draymond Green got injured at some one point as well. But yeah, he's wearing the Toronto Raptors hat that Moss. You've seen him in the chat, haven't you? Moss sent it to him, and he won this shirt in a prize. He won this on a big channel. So big up yourself, Wilf, man. Every single time. I'll keep this here for you. But yeah, man, big up yourself, Wilf. Had to show it. There he is. That's who I call Wilf. It's this one here. Saying
I thought that was harsh. And he's not the only one. The thing is, it's he's a young lad. So Forest is the game that he needs to, play. And Tereak, I don't know if you watched that. I don't know if you saw. This is no excuse, but me and my cousin were watching the first half. He's a big winner. Big up, Shiraz. And I was watching the ball bobbling a lot. I was like, look at the ball. I go, you know what?
Do you know what? If I speak, I'll be in big trouble. Big up Shiraz as well. Big up you, because, I was saying this. I was thinking this, but I thought if I say it on stream, I'll be sounding like Ty now. People are going to say excuses. But it wasn't the Emirates in terms of how the ball's being.
Chelsea used to do that a lot back in the day, cut that pitch up, slow it down. AC Milan did it against Barcelona where they didn't cut the grass.
Oh, remember that? I remember that. Yeah, I do. And the ball was being slow, getting held up in the grass and stuff. But
because I think they told the groundsman that, listen, don't do any work on it from the last league game. Leave it. We're playing the team that wants to play on the ground, so leave it.
For real, 100%. You are right. And they'll bet, them dirty tactics have come. I remember when we played Burnley in lockdown, that Sean Dyche said, do not water the grass. Do not do not water the grass. These little things, it makes a difference.
especially if you're a ball playing team. If you're a ball playing team,
yeah.
and like like Man City, when they go to the likes of Burnley or something, they want to do everything they can to like ensure that Man City are slow on the pitch.
And it sounds mad to think, but yeah, it does happen, which also shows you why home advantage is such a good thing, because they can have the conditions exactly how they want. I want it this amount of water. I want the graph to the graph. The
Poor
graph.
Bruno, you have to get that on target.
I know. I want the grass at this length. But Travis saying, I think there is a player in Fred. It's just trying to find it and keep it.
You got to play him further forward. You've got to play with the final. Those 4 players. Play him on the left or the right, and he'll provide. He'll get you assists.
I'm not still on that but Fred connection.
Big up Brush. Big up Brush.
We got Officer Brush. Sorry, I've just completely went past your comment there. What's happening, fellas? I hope you're doing well, Brush. Brush, come in here. Let me know your thoughts on the game so far. As a Man United fan, as you can see, how have you thought it's been? Chances for Villa and all that. Toronto, funny how Insigne went to that team. Must be for money. He's earning 225k a week in pounds. So I don't know what that is in Canadian dollars, but it's a lot of moolah. whatever currency.
Money, it's a lot of money. I don't understand where these teams get that money from. Have they got big owners or what? I don't get it. Like, I understand like they're gonna get paid a lot, but they're getting paid like salaries of Premier League, and I'm just like, this is crazy.
It's all come from marketing and branding.
It might be that in terms of shirt sales and stuff, I guess.
Yeah. They'll make it, and just to bring eyes, and because in Toronto as well, I was speaking to Moss, one of the subscribers, and there's a big Italian fan base, there's a big Italian community, and we know how Italians are passionate about their football. Yeah. So
fair enough. This is an interesting comment by Ryan. Varane is not getting tight enough to his man. Too much space given. Varane, in my opinion, right, is decent. Ramos made Varane. In my opinion, I don't rate him highly. I've never rated him highly ever. Every game I've seen him for United, he's been exposed when he's one-on-one. That guy is liable.
Oh, here's a United chance. Can they get another one before half time? Rashford, pick your head up. He goes for goal when he should have played it to Greenwood. Have a look at this, but the chance is still there. No, it's not.
Oh my God, he's on the run now, and I know what he's gonna do.
He should have squared it early. Yeah,
and that's the thing with him. Like, they don't, you need get a couple of goals and then be selfish, but don't
now play. Oh, what is he doing? Rashford.
And the thing is, this Rashford like gave him thumbs up. He said, "Why are you giving him a thumbs up for? You didn't see him. He was screaming his lungs out, and he made." And this is the thing about Rashford. He makes a wicked run. And then, look, get your head up and pass. Exactly. He took that 3rd or 4th touch on the ball, and it's gone. The arrows, the angle's gone. The players have got back. I think it was Taggart who stopped it from getting to Greenwood. And he's just looking at himself thinking, I should have done better. But this is the thing about Rashford. It's the only one thing that's missing from his game, decision-making. It's always been decision-making with him. And it's always been poor, unfortunately.
Exactly. It is 1-0 to Manchester United at half-time. It is the half-time. The whistle has gone. The players are making it down in the tunnel. Before we get into what our thoughts are on that first half, I want to hear what you guys thinking first. Get yours in the comments below, people. I want to hear what you're thinking. But let me Santi saying they haven't looked half bad since tuning in. Yeah, you do look like you have a threat on the counter. We'll go into a bit more detail about that. But who was that guy, that Juve guy that went to Toronto? Do you know who it is? I know exactly who it is. Do you remember him?
The guy that oh yes. Giovinco. Now you said it. Yes.
That was the one. I remember.
Drogba did all right in Canada as well. To be fair, he was all right.
He was Montreal, wasn't it?
Yeah, I kept an eye. I was just like, got to keep an eye on Didier, see how he's doing.
Hey, that's what happens with your legends. I was doing the same with New York Red Bulls.
I watched Henry for New York Red Bulls. He looked really, really good. So it was. Even when the players slow down and they show you moments of quality, you know that you don't lose moments of quality. You just lose the pace and the rhythm that goes with it because of age. but the moments of quality never go. And then he came back on, I think it was loan, and he scored that goal against Leeds. I was like, oh, there it is. That's Thierry Henry.
Exactly, Ryan. I'll be amazed if United don't concede. 100. I'll be amazed as well. But it won't surprise me because Villa have looked to lack that quality in the final third, and I wouldn't be surprised if United win it's like 2-0 with another goal on the break or something. So that wouldn't surprise me there, right? Rash and Greenwood only have eyes for goal, 100%. Their strikers playing out wide, aren't they? Hanif?
He's being ruined. He's been absolutely ruined. Greenwood is. He needs to go somewhere to play up front. What I understand, right? He's at Man United, but when's he gonna play? Like, are we gonna wait another couple of years? Like, he needs to play up front.
I don't think he does. I don't think he needs to play up front. I think he just needs to be on the wing or as an inside forward in the right team, right system where you have a number 9 that does the hard yards, like a Firmino, like a Lacazette. Do you know what I mean? Someone who's going to drop in deep and basically be like...
I think you need him in that box shooting.
Yeah,
I think he's too good.
He'll be in the box shooting if he has a number 9 that drops in and does that. Because, hey, we need to think wingers. Who scores goals nowadays? It's not your forwards. It's not your forwards in the best teams. It's your wingers.
They don't have a good enough system for that.
Yeah, but I don't think. But then you can also question: is Greenwood is his play back to goal good enough? Absolutely not. And if you're going to
he needs to get bigger. He needs to get a bit bigger, doesn't he?
And that's what I'm saying. And he can do it. He could definitely do a job out wide. That's where he scored all of his goals. Mm-hmm. So I just don't think he has the right team to get the best out of him. It's not even the coach thing because Ralph Rangnick come with a lot of things, but he doesn't have. If you have Rashford, Greenwood, it's okay to have 2 wingers. But when you got a striker that's like Cavani and Ronaldo, to be honest, I think he'd suit Martial more because Martial is that unselfish player. He will drop wide. He will do all sorts.
I'll be back in a moment, pal.
Yeah, that's all right, man.
Speak to me, all right, brilliant.
So yes. So what we got here? So we got good control by the ref there. I did see that one. Villa definitely still got a chance. Come on, Villa. Listen, Jay, 100%. Definitely still have a chance in this game. And just because a player has been bad doesn't mean they need to get crucified. So CR7 has had a bad game or 2 since coming back. So does that mean he should be out of United? 100%, Wilf. And this is the thing. This is the problem when we talk about football. It's so flip-flop. The nature of football is too much for me. It's too much of that flip-flop nature and one bad game, get out, he's trash, it's horrible signing. Come on, Wilf. We know better than this. And this is the problem with fan bases in football. Let's not just blame it to Arsenal fans. This is everybody. You can be an Arsenal fan, a Villa fan, a United fan, a Blackburn fan. You could be a Plymouth Argyle fan. You could be a Kidderminster Harriers fan. And they will still, and it's just the nature of the game. And I don't like it because you wouldn't behave like that in a job. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're working with someone, if you've got a postman, here we go, a postman who delivers his post, who delivers it on time, all the time, and then one bad time, get him off, sack him, get rid of this postman. He's not delivered me my post on time. Hashtag postman Pat out. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's the nature of the business. But, Michael Oliver with that instant control. And he's got a touch, Hey, he's in the wrong profession. Form is temporary, class is permanent. I say class because it's classy. Class. Sorry, West Midlands coming out. It's hard for young players to break through in big teams under the spotlight. They're going to have the occasional bad game and need managed. Yeah, exactly that. Ryan, thank you for coming in with a sense because how old is Tavares? He's 22 or Nuno Tavares? Yeah, definitely. I will, Santi. I'm gonna get that sent over to you right now. And yeah, man, because we want to hear a Man United fans' thoughts on this. Hold on. I'm going to get another United fan to come in. Santi, here you go. Paste. We're going to get Santi, another member of the TTF community. Hashtag Postman Pat out. Exactly, Postman Pat out. I don't know. I've just added the Pat there. And that's just the nature of the game. I can't stand it. Young players are going to have bad games. They're going to have horrific. They're going to have shockers. It's just the way of the game. It's the way it is. Ryan's correct. Hey, and Wilf, look at that. No one should be out when you're looking that good. You got your red and white all over the place, man. I love it. I love it. Hey, look at that. Big up, Wilf. Did you have a name on the back of that? Is there a name on the back of that shirt? But yeah, 100%. We just need to be patient as fans when it comes to these players. When they have a rough time, even if it's a bad season, let's just take it. If they have one bad season in how many in their career? Eden Hazard, he didn't have a great time of it. But let me bring in a Manchester United fan right here, the one who's famous for making the meme of myself. We got Santi up in a place. What are you telling me, bro?
Pick up, man. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. How are you?
Not too bad. I got to catch a little bit of that tail end of that first half.
Yes.
The football's been bad for Manchester United. When I tell you that if they look better, and that's not saying much considering. But I think we're seeing a lot of the same old problems. Rashford decisions. Saw a couple long balls there. There was one chance where Bruno was wide open. He didn't do anything with it. The Mason Greenwood there at the end.
You 100% Santi, and it's not been. We've been used to seeing this from United this season. Having moments where they like create chances in the final third, not making the right decisions, like Rashford has made in this game. Bruno, poor execution at times. But then other than that, the midfield being overrun and chances being created. When you've got a little technical player like Emi Buendias, you got the tenacity of John McGinn, and the legs of Ollie Watkins has caused problems, the strength for the likes of Lindelof. So this isn't. I'm not surprised from what I've seen, and I wouldn't be surprised if United go and win this game. But it's just showing the problems are there. What would you do at halftime, Santi, if you was the manager in this game?
Well, I mean, I didn't watch it enough to really quite see, who's doing poorly. But I did notice, and then feel free to, like I said, feel free to correct me if I might be mistaken. But from those last 10 to 15 minutes there,
it's a locker room, and it's a locker room.
It's a locker room. It's a virtual background. Now I guess as far as like I did see McTominay was getting forward a lot, and I don't know if maybe that's because maybe there's a little bit more of a confidence with Lindelof and Varane versus Maguire or some because they're a little bit Lindelof's not fast, but he's certainly faster than Maguire.
That's odd. I think we're faster than Maguire. Santi.
That's fair. Hey, that's given me some credit though. Now, but yeah, I mean, it seemed interesting there. I don't know what are your thoughts? What would you say?
If it's for me, how many times the Man United fans have said this and heard this? Donny van der Beek coming on to probably bring some of that composure in the middle, but let's be realistic, we're not going to see that. So realistically, for me, if I was you, I'd want to pack out that midfield as much as I can, and maybe bring on Matic. So having someone named Matic and Fred. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but then who would have to come off? I don't know, because it's just difficult. It's just difficult with this United squad. I just believe that this is how you're going to win your games this season. And if you do finish in the top four, which is going to be my next question for you, this is how you're going to do it. You're just going to have to counter-attack teams. And it's what you did last season. And you got second place there. So so Santi, top four, talk to me, man.
Okay, one, I think that top four finish was completely inflated. We had Frank Lampard took Chelsea out of contention, and then Liverpool with the injuries just couldn't get back into it. So I don't think that if we had a fully fit Liverpool team and a fully coached Chelsea team throughout the season last year, we wouldn't have gotten second place.
Yeah, for real.
But let me ask you. I think now, kind of like based on what you're saying, maybe a good idea might be to, either keep. I don't like Fred and McTominay together, but put on maybe Matic.
Yeah.
Has Bruno performed today? From what I saw, he didn't, just kind of bottled a shot there, but
Yeah. Not really.
maybe having like
Yeah.
your Matic as your actual CDM, and then put McTominay and Donny, as your aides there. Yeah.
Could happen. Yeah, definitely. And that's what I see. So yeah, and that's what I see. Definitely could happen. So you could have Donny. So because you can make 5 substitutions in this competition. So you could bring on Donny and Matic, and then take off. Yeah, you could easily take off Bruno because he's not been doing much, but he is your most creative outlet in that side. Whether he keeps the ball a lot, that's another debate. He's the captain for tonight, which is still weird that De Gea doesn't get his captaincy back, but it's because he came out and he said some comments, didn't he?
Yeah, he pissed off the club. That's really what it is. Oh, sorry.
Exactly. No, that's true. Yeah, that's all right, man. They've heard worse on this channel, not from me, but drag Fernandez back playing as a secondary striker. Do you agree with know-how? Do you know when you watch United, do you see him play as a second striker?
Yeah, no, I mean, sometimes you watch United and Bruno is farther up the pitch than Cavani, and you're like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's always like that, though. He does when Ronaldo's there, he doesn't do it because Ronaldo's like, get out of my space.
and the thing is, like, I had a theory that with Bruno, at first when he came in, he was doing the things that Cavani does. Like, he was running, to the back line, and was, getting the balls back, was, progressing the ball, and he was all over the pitch. He wasn't so further up.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that because he started getting more assists, more goals,
yeah,
naturally coaching was, just turn around and we're like, hey, just do your thing, cuz. Basically, like, you know what I mean? And like,
and that's what it seems to be, man. Yeah, for real. It's vibes. Well, where's vibes when you need him? Vibes FC.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're talking about Tavares here, and I think we can link this even with United when we talk about Ryan. No one is saying for a moment that Tavares had a good game, far from it, but fans just need to chill. Who would you say for you, Santi, as a United fan? You can say you may be one of them, but who would you say fans need to chill on a little bit? Chill, dude.
Like, as far as like the hype, or
not hype, probably the criticism.
I'd say. Okay, yeah. That's a good question. I think certain players, might. Fred does, have a lot of howlers. I think there is a player there. I think, especially this season, we've sort of seen him try and separate himself from that McFred combination, right?
Yeah.
He does well for Brazil, right? And you don't just play, poorly for Brazil for no reason.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was kind of my take on it. He doesn't have the physical attributes to be like your true CDM, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess Conte kind of.
But Kante's not a true CTM. But he's not a true CDM
profile, though.
But yeah, but he wouldn't be playing in that hole by himself.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? He does defensive actions by winning the ball back in high areas, like interceptions, tackling, those things there. But if you was to put him as a lone CDM, a big man up front, and not even necessarily a big man because Kante is not that big, you just need someone who's like 5'10", yeah, and they're going to be able to hold the ball off of him, just lift the ball over, especially in a pressing team because he'll be the deepest man. So that's why you don't really see Kante or Fred play as a lone CDM. As you said, the physicality is a different ball game, but Tomine has got that physicality, but he just doesn't have the defensive know-how or understanding. But yeah, man, the second half just started. What are you saying?
So I mean, for that, I'm hoping. Usually, well, at least Andrali, it was the second half FC.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see a little bit more from this team, and at least close out. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we, hey, hi, howdy. We see that win versus Villa today and then turn around and lose in the league. But
exactly. Hey, Moss, not all of us can be wearing a Toronto Raptors beanie that we can see Wilf right here wearing one. Well, what's your basketball team, Santi?
So I'm in the Houston area, so I guess by default,
Rockets.
The Rockets.
Yeah.
But they haven't been good for a long time. So I just yeah.
No, I know what you mean, man. Oh, man. But yeah, man. Appreciate it for coming on. Do you want to stay on? You're more than welcome if you want to.
Either way, I don't have a preference. Just
hey, we can stay on. And if you got a goal, just let me know. Hey, the TTF, yeah, we'll have the TTF. Do you want Santi to stay? Oh no, I wish I'd have asked that because if we got some trolls in here, that it might be a bit.
I'll get sin binned.
Exactly, yeah. But yes, it is Santi. Okay, let's go, Villa. Come on, Villa could do it. I guess Yankees does equal being a Man United fan. There you go. Exactly. So watching United. Apologies, man. I just need that Wilf hat. I've still got Wilf on the screen. Sorry. I think United fans need to recognise that the toxicity from the board is affecting the club. From top to bottom, the players are massively affected by it. I 100% agree with you, Know-how. That's why I'm not. That's why banter. Santi knows this. Banter, I will criticise Maguire, Fred, McTominay. I will do that, like as a football fan. But as somebody now, as a realist, I'm saying I don't blame them. Because they're not bad. You don't just become a bad footballer overnight. Maguire, yes, he may not be at the level of United, but he's better than this. You saw this last season. Would you agree with me, Santi?
Yeah, I definitely agree. As far as we always like to banter or talk some smack between rival fans, but when you really kind of deep it and everything, Glazers, Cronkies, all these owners are not necessarily good for their own clubs.
It's true. Preaching.
We kind of go back to like when the Super League thing was coming out. I feel like that was like the one time where, regardless who you supported, everybody was like, get these people out. These
exactly. And as Brush is saying there, the next goal is crucial. If we get it, hopefully it takes the wind out of their sails. Yeah, exactly. And I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if you do pick up that next goal, because 2-0 does take it out of their sails and just leaves the game even more open for you on the counter attack. And yeah, even with players like Rashford, he'll make the wrong decision 99 times, but then smash one in the back of the net and it'll be 3-0 then. So I think the game's finally balanced at the moment. As a neutral, it's probably how you want to see it. But as a United fan, yeah, it must be stressful watching this all the time. Boo the cheating, Astro Santi.
Hey, allow it. Are you familiar with the whole trash can?
No, I'm not.
Situation. Okay, so and during the World Series, they won the World Series a couple years ago, and it came out afterwards that coaches were found out other team signs, or kind of their telltale signs. So if it was going to be a fastball or a curveball, you would hear a trash can in the background. And so there'd be like there'd be like a clap if it was a fastball, or like 2 claps if it was like a curveball or whatever. And so this gave the Astros like this massive advantage to where essentially that they won the World Series. But the thing that other fans love to not talk about is that every team in baseball is trying to figure out or steal the other team's signs or whatever. So
wow,
they just got caught.
Okay, so there you go. That's clever though. That's interesting. Well, it happens though in sport to always try and get that edge, especially to win a World Series. But here we go. I think that's the equalizer, Santi.
Well, ESPN is moving mad right now.
What is it? Like, are you behind?
Buffering. I'm like,
oh no, Santiago. It is Danny Ings. It's a very English, very Saxon name to go and score. I think they're calling for offside. They're calling for handball. I don't want to put it on screen, but I do because it's 1-1.
Let me see if I close out a couple tabs.
Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look again. So the ball's whipped into the back post by John McGinn. They're asking for a foul, headed back across, and it hits Ings. But let's have a look at this properly. One sec. Konza heads it back across. Oh, he heads it onto his thigh. They were asking for handball. If it did hit his hand, it would have been counted as it would have been a handball. But yeah, it's his thigh, so he gets away with it. Danny Ings there, and there's the equaliser. As Brush was saying, the next goal is crucial, and it seems to be that Santi, stay. You got love in the chat.
Appreciate it. Here, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get just another
That's
device to try and stream the game.
That's cool. Do you want me to remove you for a little bit?
I'll be right back.
All right, cool. Catch you in a bit, bro. Santi's still here. He's still below. I can see him. He's just taking his headset off now. But I'll just get in with the chat, people. VAR possible offside. I did say it looked a bit dodgy. But they're just trying to check if it is handball. It doesn't look like it is handball. It hits his thigh, so offside is going to be interesting. Does Watkins get a touch? It doesn't look like Watkins touches the ball. It's close. Ladies and gents, United could have paid the refs again. Mings almost ruined it for Villa, Red Sox and Astros. Only in America they would have a World Series within that country. Typical. Brush ain't happy, but this Villa goal. Hold on, chat. Chat. It doesn't look like it takes a deviation off of Watkins' foot. No touch. They're going to allow it. It's going to be allowed. It's going to be 1-1. Believe me, I've said it. They're going to allow it. I'm saying it. People, get the water out. It's checked. Get back. Come on. It's going to be a goal. Don't worry. Sorry, United fans. It's going to be a goal. Oh, Santi's back. Sorry. Oh, he's... VAR. Well, hold on. Santi, you back? Sorry, you might have been here for a while. I was going a bit mad there.
No, you're good. You're good. I just got back. I went and grabbed Ollie's iPad to watch it from here.
Ollie's iPad, is he offside initially? No. Oh,
What are we saying?
Wait there. They're checking if it's a foul, if he's blocked him. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, people. Sorry. Apologies for the silence. He's having a look. I don't think Monkton touches it. Oh, my word. Offside is given. It remains 1-0 to United. Look at that. Santi celebrating.
Get away with one.
United's paying the refs again, people. It's paying the refs again. Stevie G, he'll be used to that. I'm joking. But, yeah.
This dividend's got to count for something.
1-0. Exactly. I get it. Do you know what? He has obstructed play, so it is offside. It is the correct decision. I think it is the correct decision. Thinking about it, I think it is the right decision. But lucky United, big team bias. Man United favoured. Arsenal and United both out would be beautiful. Morad, Fergie tax. But here's Rashford now. Good tackle. It's a kick. What minute are you in, Santi, anyway?
They're doing the replay on the...
Oh, so you're a bit behind?
Might be, just slightly.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't worry. We've had an Eve on the stream, and he's been like a whole year behind. So,
54:30.
Oh, yeah, you're not too far. Yeah, you're not too far behind. It's 50. Okay. Yeah, I'm on about 15 seconds.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. That's not too bad then.
Exactly. I can't lie. I promise I will ruin it for you if there is a goal.
It's all good. I'm used to it though. Catching the watch alongs and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Always supporting the man dem, as they say. You're familiar with that word, aren't you? We've got. There we go. I think he's back. Where they remove him just in case he might not be back. while they were searching to take that goal off, they were looking at everything, scraping the barrel. What's Fred doing there? I wasn't really looking at that. But no yellow card. If Arsenal wouldn't have, they wouldn't have looked if it was Arsenal. Just saying. Just saying. Do you agree, Santi?
Just coming at me with that Jurgen Klopp energy, or what?
Probably. Did you? Hey, don't mention Jurgen Klopp after I hear about false positives. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, Liverpool fans are hot on it, man. Come on, Villa.
Gotta find something to complain about, right?
No, 100%. And Ryan saying that I'd leave a bad taste if I was a Villa fan. 100%. Yeah, because do you know why? He is probably right, but they've literally looked at everything to try and chalk that goal off. Do you know what I mean? Like, they didn't allow it to just go, oh, you know what? Yeah, no goal. No. We're going to try our best to get this goal off. We'll look at everything.
I'm also a little bit glad that it wasn't working on that original device, because otherwise it would have gone back and forth. It would have been a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Exactly. But I've done them. I've had to suffer those days. Well, this is on BBC, so it's on a national easy. Like, what would you call? Is it terrestrial TV? Is that what you call it in the US?
Are you talking about I guess like your local channels, like not the.
That's it. Yeah.
Like kind of like antenna TV.
Basically. So loads of people are able to watch it, and in the UK, when the game is on like this, like Man United as well, it will have ridiculous numbers. There'll be millions watching this tonight.
Well, it's also Monday night. It's probably like the only game on tonight. Yeah, cable
TV. Yeah, is CBS? Is CBS cable? No, is it ABC or NBC? One of them.
Yeah, so there. A lot of times it's like ABC, NBC.
Yeah.
It depends on the.
Exactly. That's what I meant.
Where area you're at.
Yeah, it's true. The big team bias. Yeah, I wish. Do you know what? Hey, I was about to say this, but I've already thought of the comeback that you'd say, Brush, because I know what you like. I was going to say, but it doesn't seem to work for Arsenal. But Brush is thinking, I know exactly what he's thinking, but that's why Arsenal are a big team. So, yeah, but it doesn't seem to work for Arsenal, the big team bias. Odegaard. Did you see that situation against City? What was your thoughts on that? Did you think it was a pen?
No, I don't think I did, actually.
Why would you want to watch Arsenal, Man City? I mean, your two rivals, aren't they? But big up yourself, Louis, in the chat. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well, Louis. Are you watching the game? Have you been watching much football, Louis? You've been watching AFCON? And speaking of AFCON, Santi, I don't think they're showing it over in America, are they?
So it's hard to get. You have to have EN Sports or subscribe to Fubo, which is it's like a football streaming app, but it's like mad expensive. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Ings! Oh, side again. Oh my days! Villa have had 2 goals disallowed for offside. Where?
Another one.
What? Has the ref given it? Where? Yeah, he's offside. He's a mile off.
I was gonna say it. It wouldn't have been offside, I don't think, if it was Ings, but Watkins looked like he was offside because they passed it, right?
Eve's here. He's back.
Oh,
there you are.
Yeah, barely offside.
Oh, there you are, Eve.
Yeah, I have to speak to VAR boys and just tell them how they can rule that out.
They're not happy. They're not happy because Lindelof has picked up an injury after that.
You know the second offside. I didn't know it was initially offside, but the full phase, it comes off the United keeper. Then I just thought it's not offside, but he was initially offside.
Yeah.
So he came off. I thought he came off Lindelof, but
Ramsey is playing well. CBS, ABC, NBC. Yeah, that's the one.
Fresh Prince used to come on NBC, if I'm not mistaken.
Did he?
Yeah, but in America, obviously.
Oh yeah. What did he used to come on here? What was it back in the day? Was it ITV?
Here it used to come on.
ITV was it?
I was gonna say Channel 4, maybe BBC One.
It might have been. Yeah, right decision in the end, but not sure. They would have looked at it closely. Yes, good point. Maybe. I don't think they would have.
I don't think it's fair, the VAR rule. Get rid of it if you don't want it in the FA Cup. It's ridiculous. You just have it for Premier League clubs. It's nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense.
If VAR hadn't have found something, they'd have to say someone in the crowd has a mirror shining, a laser. You know what?
The laser.
Exactly. Like we saw with Schmeichel in the Euros. And he was
United are on the ropes here. Absolutely on the ropes.
Yeah, they need something, because there's back-to-back chances that just have miraculously gotten away.
You can't control a game. That's the problem with this Man United team. They can't control a game.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know what Ian Wright was talking about when he said, "Watch this kid. He's good." Ramsey, Jacob Ramsey, for real. He's quality. He's a good player. Really highly rated by Villa, by Villa fans as well. And Villa in it again, although they're not. It's a foul. Apologies there, giving you false hope. Canada, we get them all from the States, but also our own. Canada, they're copyrighting everything from you, Santi. Is that what Moss is saying there?
Isn't the Bayern left back from Canada, Alphonso Davies? Is it?
Yeah.
Hey, Moss could have told you that. Moss, now you brought off Alphonso Davies. Moss is going to be start talking about Canada football, men's football team. But yeah, they're doing well. They are. They're top, aren't they?
Yeah. They're currently, I don't know. We don't want to talk about it.
Exactly.
But yes.
There you go. Yeah. I did do an Eminem 8 Mile there. If I cuss me first, you can't cuss me back. There you go. That's exactly what it is. Any news today? Signings? Nah, not really. In terms. What about Man United or Chelsea? Is there been any news on signings? Any rumours today?
We're still looking. We want to get Emerson back from loan in Lyon, but Lyon are saying no. Obviously, they've got the agreement in place to say he's there for the full season. So Chelsea are willing to pay compensation rather than go and spend 25 million.
Yeah,
but Lyon are still stalling, saying no. We've signed him for the season. We've paid them. We're paying the money. So get away from him.
Yeah, I understand that. That makes sense. But Konsa,
it does make sense.
Oh, sorry. But what about you, Santi? Any news on United front? You've been linked with Dennis Zakaria?
I haven't seen any much lately. I feel like a lot of it has sort of been the drama of the players not being happy, and all that sort of taken the news a little bit over the transfers. I think any attempt at any transfer rumors hasn't really shown, at least this week.
Exactly, no goal. Another one rolled offside again. AFCON BN Sports.
I think I don't know if it was from. I don't know who it was from, but there were reports that Manchester United weren't going to do any big business at all in January. They're going to do it all in the summer, because obviously we don't know who the manager will be.
Yeah.
So you need some clarity on that first.
It's a good point, actually. Yeah, you can't really be making signings like that when you've got an interim. Because signings are usually, well, especially nowadays, they're for the manager and the philosophy. And well, some clubs like Chelsea, they don't make signings for the manager either. But it's you got to go one way or the other. You either don't make signings for the manager, or you do. You can't halfway. Do you know what I mean? Living on the edge.
Yeah.
And Louis, he got disallowed for offside. What was you going to say, Santi?
I was going to say it's interesting though, because as soon as Ralph got there, there was those rumblings, those rumors that they're like, oh yeah, we're going to give Ralph the checkbook and all this stuff, and then suddenly with everything that's going on in the locker room, now they're saying kind of backtracking on that. So I don't know. I think it's might be just a lot of. Some of it I think might be smoke in order to not have to spend.
It could be.
I think there's a bit of a similarity between, Antonio Conte and Ralph Rangnick. They've both walked in thinking, you know what, the squad might be all right, but it's actually not good at all. And there's some similarities. Their forward line's really good. there's no midfield. Obviously, Spurs are definitely a lot worse than United, but there's a lot of similarities there. And I think with Conte, he kind of knows that he's only there short term. He's not gonna do major wonders at Spurs. But I think Ralph Ragnick's looking at it thinking, you know what, 6 months might just be enough.
R.I.P. Bob Sargent. Full House was my show. Did you watch that, Santi?
I did. Yeah. Was a big fan of Full House. So yeah, I was sad to hear about that.
Sad.
That happened suddenly. So.
Oh, I didn't know about that. So I just seen the news broke in here. R.I.P. man. R.I.P. Bob. So it's sad to hear when you hear about it like that. CONCACAF. Ooh, I just missed this here. Hold on. Was it a top save from David De Gea once again? Have a look at this, Santi. What have I missed? Cash has a strike. Yeah, it's a good save. I don't
Standard
think
save, Tereak. Standard save.
Yeah, Cash is acting like he's just pulled one out of the back of the net. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not that great, but you know, if it goes in, you'd be looking at De Gea there.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely the player of the year, at least.
What's his name?
Hello, you're not from Norway, but I'm gonna get a shout. Big up, Ivor.
Yeah,
big up to you. Harden, that's a basketballer and a former Newcastle United player as well.
But what's his name altogether?
Ivor. Oh, no. Ivor Harden.
There you go. Yeah. He's been trying to get it for ages. This is the reason why I made you say that. He's been trying to get at me for time. Yeah. For time. It's not going to work either. I promise. This is why I've asked the guests.
That's because he uses me as a scapegoat. He makes me do it.
Exactly. It don't work. You're going to do a watch along for the Palace versus Brighton. Oh, do you know what?
When is it? I'll do it.
Louis.
Brighton's going to beat him, Chris. I think Brighton will beat him.
Louis, I want to, you know. I want to. I think Rich might be doing one. But basically, I think currently, yeah, he could be watching. I may be going on my work do. That was meant to be for Christmas, but it got postponed because of COVID and whatnot. So if I'm free, I will be doing it.
What day is it on?
Friday, 8:00.
I'll come on from second half. If you're gonna do it.
If I'm gonna do it, I'll let you know.
Let me know. Yeah, I'm up for it. I'm a big fan of Graham Potter and the way he plays football. So.
Good question, though. Look, you got me on Twitter. So you got me on. Well, I need to be more active on my socials anyway. So yeah, definitely get me on Snapchat if you've got. I mean, not Snapchat. Well, yeah, Snapchat. You could do Snapchat. It's in the link in the description below. But I was meant to say Instagram. That's what I was meant to say. Man United are dead. Villa need to finish them.
Big up, Morad.
Do you think it's going to happen, Santi? Do you think Villa are going to take one of these chances and be on side for one of them?
You know, it's not looking promising at all. I could see
Tereak is so bad. Honestly, Tereak, it's so bad.
Look at this. I'm just having a look for this question, Wilf. It is bad.
Yeah, the BBC are showing 10 games, and I think they're showing the Nigeria versus Eagles.
Okay.
Not Eagles. Nigeria versus Egypt game. They're showing that game on Thursday. That's on Thursday. I'm watching that game.
Tomorrow. It's tomorrow. I'm doing a watch along here.
Is that tomorrow? I thought it was Thursday.
Yeah, now tomorrow.
I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah, Egypt versus. Yeah,
I'm watching that tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be watching that then.
Exactly. I've got it set up. I've got the stream set up on here. I'd put money on Rangnick having agreed to no money in January as part of his agreement. Probably, but yeah. He knew it. Brush. This is what I'm saying. I don't get caught out. I don't get caught out. Let Hanif do that.
Yeah, that's what he's got me for, getting caught out all the time. I'm always offside, me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say he's a basketball fan because, you know, Iverson and James
Harden.
Yeah.
True. Iverson and Hart. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Don't let him get away with that. He's just trying to catch you. I think one time, he made like a few accounts and he tried to catch me out on both of them and all of them. But, you know, because I've got a small channel, like I know who's on here. Yeah, I know. It probably works on the bigger channels more if you do like, Watkins has a shot past the post. But it probably works on the bigger channels because, you know, they're probably just like looking, they see new names all the time, they just read it out quickly. But nah, not on this one. It's only a matter of time until we concede. Yeah, it feels like it. It feels like a matter of when, not if.
Yeah.
It's all Villa. It's all they're pressing them. It's all Villa. Go for it. You've got nothing to lose.
We need a substitution. Something needs to change.
No, they need to change. It's the tactics. They need to change the tactics. It's not working.
For real. Villa don't actually have anyone on their bench apart from El Ghazi, but he looks like he's on his way out. They've tried to offer him in a cash plus deal for Digne. So he's definitely not going to be there. The long-term future plans. Being shocked. Yeah, it's been worse. Shout me for the Murad, most definitely. Come on, let's watch this thing together, man. Hey, anyone else interested? We'll chat football together. Inches wide, Iverson.
He's retired now, isn't he? He's retired now, Iverson.
Oh,
am I mistaken?
Yeah, he retired time ago. Santi, have a look on your screen. Hanif, have a look on your screen now. I've seen a ghost.
Oh, coming on before the 80th minute. I have never seen this.
The legend.
I've seen the ghost.
The legend. Here he is.
I could even
Ajax's own
Donny van de Beek.
Yes.
I can't believe it. You're not both United's fullbacks are booked. You are right, yeah. They've got
Santi wanted a change. Santi, are you happy with the change, mate?
Yeah. I mean, I like Van de Beek. Anytime he's come on, he's always made some sort of difference, and done. I think he's unfortunately there was an agreement for him to leave before Ralph came in, and I think that's probably at least that's my theory anyway. Maybe I don't know. I know sometimes people talk that McTominay is better in training, but I don't believe it. I just don't see how it's possible.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I know. I don't see it either. But McTominay must be a you could imagine McTominay being a madness in small-sided games because all he does is just shoot 20+ minutes
and run, and he shoots and runs, doesn't he? That's he was decent first half. So he was all right. He did his job. He got the goal.
He's a midfielder, not a striker.
But the thing is, nobody else is scoring for Man United. It was McFred. Regardless of what we think of them, they're the ones that connect. They're the ones that came together to score that goal.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Look at Donny there, winning a throw-in. Donny, son-in-law of Dennis Bergkamp, because he's dating Dennis Bergkamp's daughter.
Santiago, do you think the Manchester United players, especially some of the forward players, have given up?
Should be 2-0. It should be 2-0.
That's a good question. I've seen a total attitude shift from Mason Greenwood this season. He's just not passing. I mean, he's as a striker been selfish, in the way that strikers should be. But I feel like it's gotten worse.
He's got to score. He's got to score.
He doesn't look like Granit Xhaka to me. I get it. Yeah, I see that. Half Iverson, half James Harden. Yeah, probably. Greenwood denied. Martinez again. Rashford does not react there. It's true. Yeah, he could have reacted to that loose ball, Ryan. Thanks for pointing that out.
Tariq, we've just said it. And Santi said it. It's the attitude and the application. You know that United team back in the day, right? These guys would not give up. And now you look at that attitude. It's not there anymore. I don't know what's happened to Manchester United as of late, but
I can't lie though, bro. This is the exact same situation in the first half, and Greenwood's got to square it to Rashford. I don't know if the pass is on. It's not as much as what it was for Rashford, but I think you're right there. Rashford just walks if he reacts to that, he's got to tap in. If he just gambles on the keeper dropping,
I think he had a decent angle. To be fair, Tariq.
Nah, I don't.
Or do you think it was too far out? I thought.
No.
No, it was a good block. It was by the defender. I think he got a little bit on it. To be fair.
There you go. Yeah, because that closing down defender. That's what I was thinking. That's why I was like, I don't think he could have made the pass. So the only angle was to shoot, because the angle was too tight for him to try and play the pass because of that closing.
There's
defender.
One player we've not mentioned, right? We've not mentioned Tyrone Mings at all today.
To be honest, I haven't really been paying much attention, and I think Villa,
Leave these
how
greedy.
good
Big
they've
up,
looked.
Morad. Yeah, true.
How good they've looked going forwards and just like not taking their chances. That high line they've been playing, United have been in a couple of times. And if they actually had a player like Sancho that could like pass.
At halftime, I went on Maisie's channel. She just asked me for my review, and I just said, look, you need to get creativity in the team and finish the game off. You need to bring Sancho on. I didn't see the bench. And she goes, Sancho's not even on the bench. I was like, what?
I didn't think he was, yeah.
And I was like, are you serious at this moment in time? He's not on the bench. And that surprised me somewhat. So Donny coming on doesn't surprise me. And Tereak, I'm telling you, this is the best time to play Man United. This is the best time to play. These guys are poor in the middle. And I agree with Santi. Some of the attitude for some of those players.
Well, I think it's telling. There's a reason why the first thing before bringing any coaches Ralph brought was the sports psychologist. It's like these players need something.
Yeah, exactly.
They need a psychiatrist. They need a psychiatrist as well. Psychologist. These guys need more than that. McFred.
I don't know why to stand with you, Hinny. At what moment he's like, McFred aren't bad, they're all right, and then he starts.
For the goal, it was decent. I'm saying for the build up for that goal, you have to give him. You have to give Fred credit, and McTominay probably just leaped. Just thought, let's just go for it.
Watch this. And you're talking about. We haven't mentioned Tyrone Mings, and then look what he does.
He's got the ball now. Yeah, but Tereak, you know what? Against Wolves, that's what Man United were doing.
True. Yeah.
Honestly, it's so bad. As a professional footballer, I think you should be fined for stuff like that. Like,
no, they do. I'm not gonna lie, Hanif, they actually do. They actually do get fined.
I'm just saying, like, did a player say to him, right? Make that pass in between those players. I'll make a run onto it, but it's. And this guy's England's defender. This guy's an English centre back.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. Hashtag Max Kilman for England. That's all I'm saying. Wolves, Max Kilman. You saw him at the Old Trafford Theatre of Dreams.
English?
Yeah. Theatre of Dreams, bossing it. So Max Kilman. You take anyone, wouldn't you, Hanif? Martinelli,
I would.
Bruno.
Oh, I found out the other day. Bellingham's got a brother.
Yeah, Colby. Yeah. Is it Joby? That's it, not Colby. Joby.
He's 16. I don't know if he plays for the same team as Sancho did. Not Sancho. Sorry, his brother did.
Yeah, he does. He plays for Blues. Yeah. Joby Bellingham.
So maybe that means another Bellingham will be at Dortmund then. These guys are manufacturing them in Birmingham, aren't they?
He's got some task to get to his brother's level. I'll tell you that.
He must be good though, because his first team at 16. There's going to be something about him.
Hey, it's better. It's what happens when you're from the Midlands. We create gems.
Are you from the Midlands, Tereak?
Of course. Yeah.
Whereabouts are you from? West or East?
Grew up in West Brom, but I'm living in Wolves now.
Oh, I know Wolves. Oh, it's awful. The town centre's dead.
Oh, yes, it is. You are correct.
It's absolutely dead. Yeah, I thought my town centre was dead until I went to Wolverhampton. I've not been for like 5 years, but when I did go, it was dead.
Oh yeah,
and it was shocking. But big up to Wolves though. It's a good footballing team, so big up to them.
Hey, Portugal Wolves. That's what they call.
Yeah, mini Portugal, isn't it?
Exactly. I went to Wolves'. Try to play a ball in through there. I went to Wolves' when they got promoted back into the Premier League. I went to the park, West Park. That's where it was. It's not too far from where I live. It's not too far from the church actually. Right, it is right next to it that I go to. And he and you saw Nuno, you saw the players. They had like Bonatini there. They had Neves, Jota, all of that. And yeah, man, who'd have thought Jota's now doing what he's doing? Neves, well, everybody knew Neves' potential. If you saw the goal against Derby County. Have you seen it before? Have you seen it, Hanif? That goal against Derby?
The free kick?
Nah, it was a corner whipped in. Santi, do you remember Neves' shot that you saw against United where he touched it, flicked it up and volleyed it?
I'd like not to, but yes, I do.
Oh, yeah. He basically did the exact same thing, but he went in, and it was it's one of the best goals I've ever seen, ever. Like that's saying something because I watch a lot of football. I mean, I'm watching AFCON as well, so big up. So yeah, and
I was watching the highlights of one of the games. I was just like, I was so jealous. I was like, oh, look at the weather. It looks so nice.
Yeah, I was watching. Yeah, they was warming up, and the players were just wearing bibs, and they weren't wearing any sort of sleeves. That you could see them just running around bibs. But I bet it's not too bad where you're at. It looks sunny there, Santi, in Houston.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunately, it's been like record high temperatures.
Really?
Yeah. I think
we could do with that. We need we just need any high temperature.
For real. Do you know what the maddest thing is as well, Santi? Come on, look, we got darker pigmentation in our skin, and we're lacking the vitamin C. Yeah, is it C or is it D?
D.
Sorry. Vitamin C's out of oranges, isn't it? You get that out of oranges. Yeah. So yeah, vitamin D.
You're definitely from Wolves.
I knew he's gonna come out with something like that. Vitamin D.
Hey, I was trying to not be a little too harsh there, but whenever I went to the UK, I did just drive past Wolverhampton.
Did you? Did you really? Oh, what was you doing around here, Santi? Honestly,
I was, I went on holiday a couple of years ago.
In Wolves.
Well, no. So I flew to Manchester, went to Scotland, then came back south, and then just drove back to Manchester.
So you flew to Manchester, you went to Scotland, and then you
I just went to see the whole thing.
Proper road trip.
Hey, come on, man. He's American. Getting around Texas is actually harder than doing the UK. Do you know what I mean?
I think Texas is bigger than Europe. Texas is massive.
Texas is
pretty big.
The state, I mean, it's massive.
Yeah. It takes from one end, from like the east end to like the tip of the west, it takes like 14 hours, I think, to drive.
Bro.
Midlands, South East London, only. Yeah, true. Good point. Sancho. Yeah, you got Croydon, De Bruyne himself. Yeah, they got loads, man. I'm sure I'm missing a few. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Is he south? Is he southeast? I know Saka's west London. Yeah, southeast. I'm doing a madness. My head is paining me with this team. Honestly, we're not even. It's been so much like it's kind of died off recently, but it's been so dead. We've been talking about like UK and those things there. But yeah, when did you come to the UK, Santi? Actually,
so February of 2020.
Okay.
The week that I got back. Before. Yeah, so the week that I got back, 2 days after was when travel got shut down.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, just in time then.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, how did you find it? It must have been cold actually, February 2020.
Yeah. I mean, it was fairly cold.
Oh, okay.
I will say I was glad to see the sun once I got back.
Big up yourself as well, CM, man.
Santi, I wanted to ask, say for example, we came to Texas for holiday. You got those motels. Are they cheap, or is it cheaper to go to a hotel? I just wanted to know.
So motels are cheaper. I guess it sort of depends on the area, though. Like I think you might be better off with like a certain type of hotel because hotels will provide the breakfast. So if you save on the breakfast, then kind of offsets that.
Is Texas expensive?
Well, no. I would say as far as like the cost of living and everything, it's not expensive. But
what's Atlanta like? Atlanta.
That's pretty far. That's about 13 hours from where I'm at. But
you're West Coast, aren't you?
No, so Texas is right in the middle of the country. Atlanta is on the East Coast. There.
This is better than a geography lesson. This, don't you think? I learned more about Texas than I did in school back in the late 90s.
It's better than, exactly. Tarantulas in Texas. Is that the case?
They exist, yeah.
What about snakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got one in the stream right now. Yeah, joking. I'm only joking.
It's funny. Now, there's probably one hanging out on our water radiator right now.
What?
They're everywhere.
Santi, do you live in some mad stadium? Because if that's your house, it's sick.
Hey, I wish that was my closet.
Could you imagine? Yeah, you just walk into a locker room. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, just pull out these trainers today, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, just walk into my other room real quick.
Like you guys have got. I need to get rid of these curtains. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Have you actually? Do you actually have a green screen, or is it just using this?
I do. I do. Yeah.
Oh, do you? Oh, yeah. Let me come back. No green screen. Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, I have one, but I need to set it up. I need to get my visuals better for the Tereak Talks fam. I do need to. But yeah, I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed talking about Texas. It's been better than this game. Look at that. Yeah. Look at Heath. There we go.
That'll do.
He's got a brick. Hey, so sometimes talking to an Heath, I feel like I am talking to a brick wall. But you know.
Oh, behave yourself.
I'm only bantering.
This game has dried out. It's all have United done anything this half? Because this is just getting ridiculous.
No, it's been really bad.
I'm only messing in Eve.
I think I've enjoyed just chatting with you guys more so than the actual
It's
game.
all right, Tereak. I know you're going through some pain at the moment. I know that. Listen, Tereak, it happens. Exactly. It happens, Tereak. It happens.
You were the one. You said you were the one who told me about Bradford.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Listen, it didn't hurt that bad because I'm from West Yorkshire as well. So.
Oh yeah, true. But we fostered Bradford as well. We've done that in the Carabao Cup.
What year was that?
We lost on penalties. Don't you remember when Bradford made the final?
Semi-final?
Yeah. Was it? No, it wasn't the semis. Now the quarters, I think, because they played Villa in the semis and they beat them over 2 legs, and they made the final against Swansea.
Oh, Swansea battered them 5-0, didn't they?
Yeah, something like that.
Where's that Spanish lad up front? Where's your stats picture?
Oh, have a look at this on the TV when you see this.
I'm watching it now. Hold on. Oh, he just punched him in the face. Or slapped him in the face. Hold on. Are we going to get VAR for that?
Whoa.
Tereak, look at his face. Look at his... where's the VAR?
Did he elbow him? I wasn't looking. I wasn't really paying attention. Apologies,
I don't know if he elbowed him or if he slapped him, but okay, probably did elbow him. That would have been a tough slap. It's not going to be. Or they're not. I'm watching it on 10 Sports Live, so I'm not watching it on BBC because I don't have a TV where I am.
Fair enough. There you go.
I'm watching on an American network.
There you go. Hey,
Tereak, you need to get on the VPN. I don't know if you've got one. You need to get one.
I don't. I'm joking. I do. Yeah. Where's my stats picture? I don't know where the stats picture is, but that's the only picture I know. And it's be with yourself, Wilf. Toronto Raptors. Are you a big basketball fan, Santi, or nah?
I watch games from time to time. A lot of times I watch a lot of college sports, probably more so than. Oh, okay. Like versus NFL or NBA. Like I'll watch college basketball.
Santi, why do you watch college sports more? Because they've got a big following. Why is that? Like, why do you guys watch college sport over the bigger sports?
Well, I guess the biggest thing is I guess with college sports, if you go to a university, you're very ingrained into feeling up like a part of the team. Mm-hmm. And then 2, I like the way that in college sports, these kids are giving it their absolute all to make it 100. To the pros. Versus once you get to the NFL or NBA, you sort of you don't see that as much of that drive or passion. I don't think anyway. Just I don't know, and I think it makes it more exciting because of that reason. You will see more highlight crazy plays, or it just makes it a little bit more.
I agree. Exciting.
I wish we could replicate that model down in the UK. I really wish we could do that. Yeah.
Do you know why though? It's a bit more to the detriment though, Hanif, if we think about it, because the NBA, NFL, the MLB, it's been so commercially like branded. People don't feel it has the authentic, like it has its authenticity anymore. Am I right, Santi, in believing that?
Yeah. I mean, in some ways, yeah.
Like just like if you just look at how they franchise teams, and for example, the LA Rams, and how they were able to take them away, just relocate them. We saw it with Seattle with the OKC Thunder. It's more business and it is commercially globalized like that. So it's basically, Hanif, if what happened, if it was the Super League in football, that would be the sim, because there's no relegation. There's not even relegation in the MLS. It's buying your way in, isn't it? Am I right, Santi?
So how do new teams come into it then?
You get a franchise. The league decides to expand, and they just add a team. That's really the only way. I think there's certain pros and cons. I think with the American sports model. I guess if you think about it, we don't necessarily. It's rare, much rarer for your young players or your youth to come in and make, I guess, play sports, because they have to go through the college route, or they have to go to like a different league route, kind of like the J League or whatever for basketball.
Yeah.
And that was actually like a big topic of conversation, because up until this year, college athletes weren't able to get paid anything. So they would go to these universities, have scholarships or whatever, but you would hear these awful stories of after the game or whatever, certain players wouldn't have anywhere to go, or like so wouldn't have something to eat, and would have to wait until the bus came to pick up the team or whatever, just because these kids, they have to somehow try and make it on their own while still going to university, and the university could only provide so much. But they made it this year actually, so that people can get like sponsors or get paid for their likeness and things like that. So
you're all right. And that's it. And that's why it is interesting. And now that there was more funding, there's more money into it, because they've driven up the interest so high in college sports. It's interesting. I really do want to go to a college game. I want to go to an NBA game, and I want to go to a college basketball, because the atmosphere is crazy. March Madness. Final
Four is actually in Houston this year.
So, is it?
Yeah, I might try to get tickets.
Yeah, for real. Give us that lowdown. Oh, Ghazi hits past the post. But yeah, No House says he'll remember when United lost to Wrexham. When was that now? Oh, they was talking about this on the TV. What year was this, Hanif?
Was that in the 90s? The late 90s?
It was. Was it 96?
Mid to late 90s. I'm thinking. But Wrexham might have been they might have been not in the top league, but like the championship possibly. But back in those days, Tereak, in those days, the pitches, it was a lot more tougher and rougher, physical.
Yeah.
You could get away with a lot then. So even if you weren't that good, you'd still, you still leave a lot on a player as well. So it's mad. So Santi, is football played like that then? Like or soccer, whatever they call it in America. Is football exactly the same model, or is it different? Like is it similar to Europe or what?
So it's an interesting one, because with American football, basketball, baseball, there's really only one big league, right? Whereas with football, or we call it soccer, there since there's different leagues all around the world, multiple countries, there's easier ways to, I guess there's more avenues to become a professional. You see a mixture of it. You see some kids that do go to university, go the college route, and then you do see some that just go through the youth academies, and just try and like apply their trade, right? Like I think a big recent trend in the U.S. has actually been to try and move to Europe if you can. Like I know, like for a while there was quite a few kids in the championship, the German league.
You've
I
got
think
a lot in the German league because I believe your footballing structure is following something similar to what's that team called in Germany? Oh, I was going to say
Leipzig.
Leipzig, yeah. And I was just like, these guys are being really smart about it, and there's a lot of Americans in Europe, which is obviously going to benefit your national team and on the national stage because the World Cup is coming soon as well. So it's definitely interesting.
Yeah. I guess for me, I grew up in America, but I'm from Mexico. Like to me, that's like my team. And I know that the U.S. is going to overtake if they haven't already.
Full time, by the way. The game has finished 1-0 to Manchester United.
Trying to
Sorry,
cling on to
people.
that.
Apologies.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's...
The game has finished. Villa are out the FA Cup, and United make it through. So, just quickly, I will check it. Thank you for reminding me, Jay. Thank you for reminding me. I'll get back to you right at the end of the stream. But guys, just to wrap up, what was your thoughts on the game?
Santi, I'll let you go first, mate.
I saw maybe a good 10-15 minutes of that game. I had a lot of hopes to see better football. Sadly, it became one of those things that I was paying more attention to our conversation about other things than this actual game.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's just at this point kind of defeated at seeing just terrible performances back. Constantly.
Once again. What about you, Hanif?
I said it before. I thought they were like a pack of polos, but I think this Manchester United team might be like a pack of donuts. I think the hole's a lot bigger than I thought. I thought there was I thought for 25 minutes United look okay in terms of getting forward, but there doesn't seem to be much improvement in terms of ball retention, in terms of playing. I think Ollie tried to play out the back at some stage, and that's just not worked. And now it's not working. And now you've got another manager who expects you to work harder a lot more. And I just don't think these United players have got the legs to do what he wants them to do. And I think that's affecting the quality as well. And I think this is exactly the type of game that they played against Wolves. The only difference is Wolves had the quality, whereas Villa didn't have the quality. If we look at that second half, the first 20 minutes, there was a lot of pressure being put upon Manchester United. And De Gea, having to save Manchester United blushes as usual. And I think Villa are gonna go into the next game in the league full of optimism, and they're at home. They'll have the fans behind them, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get something out of that game. But you have to give credit to Manchester United, especially McFred. Them two came together and did enough. But Manchester United fans are not going to be happy as usual. And there's probably more questions than answers at this moment in time. And I'll be honest with you, Tereak, I don't know if this Manchester United team can finish top four. I think as an Arsenal fan, I think you'll probably really be happy that United are playing this way, because there's still a lot of issues. And if they don't buy, finishing top four is going to be really difficult with this team unless Ralf Rangnick finds the answer. And I don't think he will if you're with this current crop of players, because we've seen it all before. And I think Roy Keane said it, they put Mourinho under the bus, they put Ollie under the bus, and now they can't blame Rangnick. I think we can see that some of these players are not the standard that Santiago expects. We shouldn't be hearing Santiago say, I've only seen 10 minutes worth of football. That for me is, it tells you everything where United are, and they are far off, Tereak. Far off.
And that's it. And that's where, unfortunately, that's where reality has hit for United, the expectations. Expect to see these type of performances. If you're going to expect better, I think you're deluded. What's the definition of insanity? Like doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. If you're going to look at this midfield that Man United are going to keep on playing, you can't expect to suddenly you are going to win the odd game because you're going to have the quality that proves in finishing, whether it's McTominay, Ronaldo, Greenwood, Fernandez, etc., all scoring. It will happen, but in most games you'll be looking at chances. Villa and away teams going to Old Trafford, they'll be like, if we could take our chances. I could said the same when Arsenal played you guys. You didn't have a plethora of chances, but the chances you had, you took them. So this is why United will win games, but they won't be impressive. You won't say, "Oh, United, you know what? They were really good today." And I really doubt we'll see that this season. But just to finish up, just a few more. We got a few more comments. We'll go into that one in a bit. Moss, a better team, punish United there, 100%. And then Moss has got a couple of questions. So we'll ask this to Santi. Who is your Liga Mexican team, Santi?
It's gonna have to be America, which is
Club America.
Yeah, Club America, which is one of Mexico City's teams.
Okay, there you go.
Santi, I just wanted to ask, why do you think we don't see enough? I could be wrong here. Enough Mexicans in Europe? Like, is there an issue like getting them here, or do they not want to come here? Is the weather, is it the weather, or is it because there's a lot of corruption, or we don't see as many, if that makes sense, like Argentinians and Brazilians, if that makes sense?
So I think it's a combination, right? The biggest factor is greedy owners of Mexican teams. So many times, so with the Mexican League, there was a big push to make it more international. So you get a lot of South Americans that come into the Mexican team. Sometimes those good talented players will. There's less youth that gets into the teams, right? And so because the ones that do come good are so overhyped that the prices, I guess what Mexican teams or MLS teams will value those players at does not match what anybody in Europe would pay for them. There's multiple examples of players that they'll be good, and players in Europe will come and ask, but and I don't know, like, let's say for example a player is I don't know, Roma comes in and asks for a player for 6 or 7 million, and the Mexican team wants 17, right? And so they're like, well, we're not paying that for this player, and so, but another Mexican team will, and so they end up just sort of being in this cycle to get more money or better deals within the league or to MLS, but not to Europe. So I think it's sort of.
Yeah, I think Ryan's raised a good point as well here, actually, because of to do with the EU restrict in terms of what requires for a work permit as well. We see it with a lot with when Brazilians are coming over, you have to, and it's even harder for the UK now to get Mexicans in that aren't Mexican internationals and have a certain amount of caps. I looked at the UEFA points thing to require to even require you to even be signed. You have to have ridiculous. You have to have 10 appearances for your national team already. So, hey, and
is that
the
seniors? Is that the senior team, or is that?
No, that's because of Brexit. That's even the senior team, and it's even the same for youngsters as well. You have to have a certain level. Even so, that I think that comes into the factor as well in terms of work permits. So I agree with you there, Ryan. And it's easier, obviously, to make that transition from Mexico into the MLS from the Mexican League, and then even then you're gonna have to still look at Hervin Lozano. He was able to play for PSV and then went from PSV to Napoli, and Raul Jimenez. Well, carry on, bro. What was you saying?
Well, I was gonna say a lot of times they have to go to Europe and then be there a certain amount of years in order to get the European passport or the work permit. And then they can move around, which I know sometimes blocks certain players and everything. So so you're right. I mean, it is harder because of the laws and everything. But then at the same time, there's not a big push from the team. So the best example of this is there's a player for Porto. His name is Jesus Corona.
Yeah.
He ran down his contract until and basically forced himself to go out on a free to go to Netherlands, and then after he was in the Netherlands for a couple of years, then he went to Porto. But he had to literally like force that move and be like, I'm, run down my contract. I'm gonna go on a free to some random team, and then kind of go from there.
Exactly.
Who's the best Mexican player at the moment? Like, is there one guy you just think, this guy is like a superstar in Mexico? Who's the main man?
I mean, it has to be, I would say, either Raul Jimenez or Irving Lozano. Those are going to be like your biggest two. Because, like ever since the injury, that Mexican team does not have anybody that can fill his shoes. All of the previous generation of players was all sort of retiring, and I don't know. It's like a weird transition period where there's like a few players in their late 20s. Most of them are kind of young ends or just not good enough.
Is Almiron Mexican?
Nah, he's Paraguayan. He's from Paraguay. But don't Newcastle have a young Mexican striker? What's his name? Hey, this is the one to finish off because I've got to go. Don't Newcastle have a young. What's his name now? Oh, at a goal. What's his name at a goal?
Santiago Muñoz.
So that's his name. This one's Santiago Muñoz, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like one letter difference, but I feel like they just signed him just for the meme status.
Yeah, surely. Because obviously he went from Mexico to Newcastle to Real Madrid. Santiago Muñoz. That's one of the best / worst footballing films ever, but I love it. I love goal. But thank you very much, people. Thank you for everyone coming in the chat. Munzi, I think I'll have to finish it off because you did pull it. Love the fourth round. Who've got the Gooners got in the fourth round, lads? We're not in there. We can't pass for toffee. Not sure what's up with Rashford exactly. Big up yourself, Munzi. But thank you to Hanif and Santi for coming on. Appreciate it. The game's finished. Hanif, let the people know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, if Munzi Talks, Tereak Talks, and whoever else wants to rent me, you can catch me on 532_pod. I've gone dark for some odd reason. I don't know why. Maybe that's because I'm part of the dark side.
Santi's son. That's what it is. The son's hit you from Houston.
And 532_pod. But everyone, please do comment and subscribe and like.
There you go. Listen to the man. What about you, Santi? Where can the people find you at?
Well, at the moment, people can find me just supporting all the channels, as you would say, supporting the Mandem, exactly. In the background. There are plans for some things to come, but they're not quite there yet.
Not there yet, but yes, people. Thank you to Hanif and Santi for coming on. It's been a pleasure. Rent boy Hanif right there. Something that actually makes a difference instead of a useless gesture. Exactly. If we open the market up to Africa, players get a lot cheaper. They want to take the knees for Black Lives Matter out. There we go. It's true, man. You are right. You are preaching there, right? But thank you very much. We'll be here all night. I've got to get ready for bed. Take care, people. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I am bringing you AFCON football tomorrow. I will be bringing you the odd game. Obviously, we're still having the Premier League season still clashing, so I won't be able to do all of them. But if you want to check out all of them, Pros Only TV, Rich, Eagle Eye Football, they'll be bringing you all the AFCON content too. But you can join me for Nigeria versus Egypt tomorrow. So that's it, people. Love and peace to you all.
God bless.